Okay.
We can hear you. You sound like a robot. No, I'm just kidding.
We can hear the droid Apollo. He is quite funny and hilariously funny.
He plays.
I will fall asleep tonight.
Hey, how's your
While we're still waiting for Reno.
Yeah. Hey, Jason, how's the Star Wars game going, dude?
Poor Enigma last Thursday had 400 stops on his day, on his route. And he was like, guys, I'm going to be too wiped out. Yeah, he's like, I'm going to be too wiped out. So
what does he do?
FedEx.
Oh, my God, 400?
Damn.
That's how important those little baubles, tchotchkes, and little doodads are to everybody.
You better get my packages here on time. That's all I got to say. I got true. Amazon blood running through me, man. Everything I get was from Amazon. Dude, the best Christmas I ever had was when I never went out shopping and I just shopped on Amazon. No crowds, no assholes, no parking.
No, I think I was skinny enough to just walk through them.
So great.
Just to walk through people.
Walk through the frozen camera that is Apollo's Commodore 64.
Commodore 64. Okay, I'm on.
We almost had to orchestrate a heroic death for Derek and Dudley, but fortunately he did not get called up. Well, to be fair, he did get called up. And then your commanding officer was like, nope, you don't get to go. What happened?
I honestly have no clue because they're shipping out next month, right? And they're missing 130-something people that they need. And they were just pulling. And, they told me, all right, I'm going. And then the very next day, they're like, all right, you're not going. We're like, what happened? I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just fucked up over there. That's literally all they say.
Okay, that sounds scary.
My youngest son got his driver's license today. Thank the Lord.
How old is he?
He's 20.
He's 32, 34?
No, he's fucking 20.
Oh.
I literally had my learner's permit at 16 and then at 18, first time going, just passed.
Okay, yeah, I got a crazy one for you. I had my driver's license at 15 and a half. Driver's license, baby.
Probably had a car to drive.
Lucky.
No, I think I'm not. I wasn't a big parent that pushed my kids to get a driver's license because I guess I seen too many adolescents, wrapped around telephone poles because they thought they knew how to drive.
Wow.
So I just decided, you know what? If you want to wait till you're 20 and a little bit more mature to drive. And you don't got a car anyway. Okay.
Jason, if at any given point during this first hour or so, you should choose to take me off the camera because Valev isn't involved in something, no worries. I'll just be eating my sandwich.
Come on, man. Let's see some food porn.
I'm going to make sure
you take pictures of your food all the time and put it on Instagram.
I'm going to re-add you the moment you take that first bite.
Right.
Okay. Well, since we're already live and Jason isn't here, hi everybody, welcome.
And as Valev drinks the blood of his enemies.
Yum. No, Gatorade Fruit Punch, the original flavor. I guess orange was the original flavor. But
was
that yellow one?
Yeah, orange was the original flavor.
I think orange was the original, yeah.
Because it was
not orange. Yellow was the first one.
Yellow was?
I call it yellow because, but when I was a kid, it tasted like salt.
Am I the only one not hearing this?
It tasted like a little bit of sugar with salt in it. Like, it was nasty back then. They changed it over the years.
I don't know what's happening.
Lemon lime was the first one.
Yeah, lemon lime, and it was like salty lemon lime.
Gatorade.
Yeah.
False. It was orange.
Hey, lemon lime is.
Do you know why they call it Gatorade?
Face. Yep, it was orange.
Do you know why they call it Gatorade?
The yellow one.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
What?
Goal shot. Don't do it.
Okay, I won't tell you guys the
Do it.
history of Gatorade.
No, it's going to be a fucking joke. It's going to be
No,
a
it's not.
nasty fucking
No.
baby boomer joke. I know it
No,
is.
it's not. No, it's not, Boomer.
Baby boomer.
What it's gonna be? No, it was University of Florida. The Gators.
Yeah,
they
no, I know. I'm just fucking with
coach
you. Yeah,
is
that's pretty. Yeah,
There
they
we
were
go.
looking for a good.
invented it.
Yeah, they were looking for a good way to get their athletes rehydrated quickly, and they'd come up with the formula.
The funniest one you ever want to see, though, if you go on YouTube, look up like the first Gatorade commercial, and it's just the guys. They just film the players coming off the field and then drinking the Gatorade, and then they go, "What do you think?" And then the guy says, "Tastes like piss." It was fucking great. It was great. I mean, totally
Which is funny for
unscripted.
two reasons. It's funny
Right.
for two reasons, right?
But number one, he knows what piss tastes like.
Yeah, exactly.
No, like I laugh when people go, "This tastes like ass," and I go, "Really?"
Tell me more.
It's a little tart.
Tell me more, please.
Yeah. How do you know it tastes like ass?
So many things wrong with
Explain.
that. What's even sadder is we want them to explain. Explain,
please explain. Well, I eat a lot of ass. So
Explain a little more.
I want to toot my horn. I eat a lot of ass. I don't know what it tastes like.
Oh my
Well,
God,
well.
my Monday pay-to-play game finally got their first session done today.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I am 2 chairs away from a full 5th table, and I am ecstatic.
Dope.
So yeah, well, and our break is after this. So this is Faerun Reborn. Oh, we're live. Hi, everybody.
Like 7 minutes.
Yeah, we've been live. for a little
Seriously,
while.
Jason? Really?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, hey everybody.
I was gonna
Happy
say.
Monday night.
I've said
sorry
hi
about
3
What
times.
were we just saying? Oh no.
I don't know.
Nah, we're good.
But yeah, so lots of shit going on. We're gonna be coming up on a 2-week break here. Faerun Reborn will be back January 3rd, 2022. We are
Unless we all
we'll
die
get
right
through
now.
tonight's episode, and
Hopefully.
these folks are definitely in a tier 4 situation for sure.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how tonight goes. Arena
TPK,
is running a
guys,
little bit
TPK.
late. Arena will be on shortly, but she is running. One of her clients was a little bit late in getting to the appointment, so she's a little behind schedule. She's had 2 days in a row of Braxton Hicks. I don't know if she had a 3rd day yet. Did you have any today?
Oh,
Oh, she had some today too. So little Sebastian may be coming sooner than we think. So and
interesting.
Our
Christmas
floof.
baby.
a floof for you and me. A floof.
You even just gave me the look like, don't even think about it, Dad. I'm comfortable. I don't need to be picked up.
And would you all like to know her name? Umbra.
Of course.
Umbra. This is
Ooh,
Umbra.
Pretty name.
And she's looking very distraught at me holding her. Go get mama. So Callista is logging on as we speak. She's going to
Let me
walk her
down.
client out. But yeah, happy Monday, everybody. Faerun Reborn. We've made some schedule changes. So be sure to check out our schedule down below. Be sure to join our Discord for a chance to win dice, books, and miniature assisted items. This week we're giving away tabletop mapping tools. We're giving away some fun dice as well. And I think the core rule book to Fallout RPG is up for giveaway as well. I'm looking forward to that one because I may buy me a copy of that one. I do plan on. So right now we kind of have a hole in the schedule. Friday is the one day I don't have anything on the schedule. I do occasionally do a storytelling chat. I checked in with the DM that I'm supposed to have that chat with this coming Friday. So we'll finalize that schedule and, get everybody together and have a little DM chat and talk about their journey, talk about what they're doing in their game, and all that fun stuff. I enjoy those because I'm not sponsored, and I like not being sponsored because then I can trash talk all the shit that I want. So if I want to say fuck you WOTC, I could say fuck you WOTC and not worry about it. Because you know what? I think honest opinion, I should say honest and clear stated factual conversation leads to safe, honest opinions about things. So there's a lot of times I'm watching other folks that are sponsored and I don't get that feel that they're challenging each other on those topics. So it's really kind of nice to not have to worry about that. And I don't see that changing for now in the foreseeable future. I mean, I guess I could say EMP Studios sucks, but you know, that wouldn't be cool because it doesn't. And Cesare is a fucking badass. Fucking badass. The studio is pimp. All the microphones are in. I just have to swap out this one for one of the replacement ones so that Cesare can have this microphone back. All the new cables are in. The new camera's been put in for the live studio games that we do on Sunday, which we're going to expand to Friday. And when this game wraps up, we're going to expand it to Monday as well. So Monday, Friday, and Sunday will be live studio games that we'll be bringing you. Sunday is Absent Throne, which is our live game. They will be on a longer break, but we are going to do a fun one-shot this coming Sunday. I'm hoping both Cesare and Brendan may be able to stay later after Debtor's Gambit for that one, if he's able to come out. I don't know.
Brandon is definitely interested.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if Cesare has a gig or not, but I'm hoping he'll hang around as well, since he is the reason why I have this amazing. Well, he is a benefactor of gifting me some really excellent studio outcomes through his skill set.
Part of the reason.
Yeah, part of the reason.
Yeah,
the other reason,
catalyst.
The other reason being that lovely woman there at the bottom, Arena/Ghost. She, you know, I recently felt a little despondent about the schedule and realizing as I'm looking at my near empty bank account, wondering what to do next. I started to thumb through my emails of all my high level recruiters. And suddenly I had like 30, 40 emails to go through. And I started going through them and letting Callista know that I was doing that. And she looked right at me and she goes, "Do you really want to go back to that bullshit? Do you really want to go back to those fucking horrible lying conversations of people that say one thing and then turn around and do something else?" I was like,
and be miserable.
Yeah, it was miserable. Corporate America fucking sucks. Corporate America is a pipe dream with no pipe. And I'm glad that I've left them behind because they fucking suck. So yeah, I made it through that little moment of despondency, and my partner in crime, Callista, helped me make her way through it. Valev, Baby Wilson, Sparky.
Well, if we're listing off all of our pets in our names, shoot, let me just go down the list, shall I?
Eagle Shaw, you should have gotten that like stray dog mutt that you were talking about. That would.
He still could. He still could.
Shit.
Find one running around down there. You never know.
Oh, I forgot you
Never
got the little baby Groot in your pocket.
Yeah,
Baby Wilson.
Who's Sparky? Is that your new familiar?
That's the
Yeah, that's the dragon.
Oh yeah, the pseudo dragon. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Oh my
Level
goodness.
17. Level 17.
Yeah, we need to have some side quests so that we can get to level 20 before we go kick their ass.
Yeah, there's no Torkins for
it's a ticking time bomb now. We're just
there's no Torkins for you to there's no Torkins for you to kill. Sorry.
But we need some more milestones. Let's go down to.
Oh, they're there. You just passed them.
I know. That's let's go find some.
Yeah, we flew over them. You mean?
Yeah, that. Well, no. Well, maybe.
Which probably for the better that we flew over all that anyway.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, he
I am
won't tell us
currently
one way or the other.
I am currently fending off a head
Yeah,
cold. So
no.
if any of my verbiage
Personally, that was most creative.
sounds if any of my verbiage sounds smushy, just let me know. But
You
I will
always
do my
sound
best.
smushy.
You know what? So let's talk about where we last left off. The team, having successfully once again defended Whist and rallied there, had learned about Lady Silverhand's attempt at finding a safe place for the Knowing Academy. They had found the Claw of Retrieval, placed the stone in its hand, creating an anchor point in time upon which Lady Silverhand was able to reach out at that point of time and create an anchor spot for the Academy of Knowing to come into existence. The Academy of Knowing, when it did come into existence, replaced the entirety of the central point of the Silverhand Residence District within the center of Greater Whist. The team then gathered their belongings, made their plans, and the Plains Orcs then gave you an escort out to the edge of Mudknocker Swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Once at Mudknocker Swamp, the team realized they had two choices: to pass through it or to pass over it. As a group, using some of your magical understandings of transportation and movement, you worked together, tackled the individual skills, some of you doing better, some of you doing worse, but managed to make it to the opposite side of the Mudknocker Swamp, at the very roots of the Warrentooth mountain range. Once there, the entire terrain had been transformed. As you made your way over Mudknocker Swamp, you begin to realize that the lava fields and tendrils of the eruption had grown exponentially. Not only that, but the great pyroclastic cloud forming out of the volcano growing as well, in the general direction of where you believe Whist is located. The team, using Arena's unique creature, pet, whatever you want to call it, managed to find a gap in and amongst the lower lava tubes of the Warrentooth Mountains and created the ability for all of you to egress into the perimeter of the fire giant warrens that you had once been before. However, this particular region did not look overly familiar to you. Making your way further up into where the worm was leading you, you found a little pocket of brief escape. An area of the side of the mountain open to the fresh air, the internal continuation of the caverns and warrens, not that far from where you are. You finally got in that much needed long rest. And I believe that's where we finished up, did we not? That you guys had finally taken that long rest?
Yeah.
Hit points.
Fluff.
I don't think we had taken the
Right,
rest.
but you had
I
begun
think
your
we
long
were-
rest.
But we were
We
out
start
to-
setting up
yeah.
to long rest and set
Okay.
watches. That's where
Okay.
we were.
So,
Because I hadn't clicked off the long rest.
who is up for first watch?
I hadn't either because I knew how that would
Well,
be.
We were talking about Ghost doesn't need to sleep.
So you could take all watches.
So, well, he can take all the
watches.
and
And I'll set an alarm
have one of us with him too.
down the tunnel that we came in through.
You know what's so funny, Valev, when you have that moment of panic and you're like, I forgot to turn on the desktop audio, and then you realize you're broadcasting from StreamYard. It doesn't matter.
I should turn off my desktop audio.
No. I was just saying, for me, it was kind of
production panic.
Yeah, production panic. But for the
You're like,
live
oh
studio,
god, what am I using? That's
right? The live studio games, we would use that one, obviously, and for this, I would not, which is why I permanently have it muted for my online. So I have an entry in my OBS studio called Narrative, and it's a narrative scene setup. It's all pre-set up, so I don't have to fuck with it. And I'm like, ah! And then I said, oh no, wait, it's not a live studio game. It's a live online game. It's a live online game. Live.
Okay.
Who's got background feedback? Background.
That was
No,
obviously
it's fine.
Apollo. He muted his headset. I saw him.
Okay.
He reached up and went click. He's like the Lobot from Star Wars. Yeah, okay. No, nobody got that reference. Not even Ivar.
I got it.
Oh, you know what? All of you, disadvantage all night long. Fuck all you all. All right, so who's up for first watch to make perception rolls?
I'll go.
Stupid
Yep.
dogs.
Stupid dogs.
Stupid dogs.
So, Valev, you're taking first watch.
I'll
Anybody
take
want to
second.
Okay, lady. Or
I'll
Kai
take
Silverhand,
second.
taking second.
And I've set an alarm down the tunnel from us that we came in through back there, like 40 feet away or something down the tunnel.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
Feedback might be Derek.
It was.
actually.
He muted himself.
Yeah. I will
So-
take second watch as well.
Okay, so Arena, Ghost, and Kai taking second watch. Anybody taking first
30-20.
watch with Valev?
Well, Ghost will be there too.
I'll take first watch.
Okay, so
He
Golsha
doesn't
and
sleep.
Valev taking first. Kai and Arena taking second. Who's taking third?
Apollo and Derek.
Apollo and Derek will take third watch. So for Golsha and Valev, as everybody else settles in for a long rest, the open cavern space leads down. Kai had mentioned that she had set an alarm some 40 feet down to prevent anyone from sneaking up specifically on the camp. You guys are currently up and in the mountain face by about 4,000 feet. And there's a slight kind of break or crevasse in the side of the mountain that allows fresh air to come and go of the space that you kind of currently occupy. You can see night has settled in, but it's getting harder to determine night and day as the volcanic eruption and pyroclastic flow of both the mountainside and the great ashen clouds emanating out from the volcano are making it a bit more difficult. You can hear the pumice rocks falling around. You can see the tendrils of lava out in the distance, just gradually expanding deeper and deeper into the swamp. Two of you go ahead and give me perception checks, please.
And Ghost.
30-20.
Dirty 20. Go shot.
And Ghost. Does Ghost get one too?
I thought Ghost was going to be up with you.
Ghost doesn't sleep.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't sleep anymore, does he? Yeah. Go ahead. Have Ghost roll.
21.
21.
That's why I'm saying, why don't we just have him do the whole thing since he doesn't have to sleep and we all do. But whatever. Okay.
Arena's like, fuck you, Gosha.
Because it's
Why?
better to have actual players.
Well, that's so we
be-
can have 3 perception checks.
Oh, so
instead
you're
of one.
metagaming. All right.
True. So you-
So that we can have actual
See,
players.
it's that Tobias. It's that Tobias smile that worries me about Gosha.
Okay, where the hell am I?
That's okay. Ghost
There
Ghost got a 12.
12.
Yeah.
Ghost seems intent on staring at you sleeping, as he seems a little. There's like a telepathic notion in your head, and the whole time you're drifting off to sleep. I really fucking hate that worm. I don't even like it being in the necklace, to be honest with you. Can't we just let that thing go? And that's like the last thing you hear before you drift off to sleep. Just that kind of passive-aggressive ghost just giving you shit about the undead construct worm that falls.
Don't
Most
worry.
pets don't like the other pets that their masters have, so that's common.
Don't worry. I'm sure it'll die soon.
Yep, that's fair.
Isn't it already dead?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll undead soon.
So with that, Valev, Golsha, keeping an eye out for the first few hours of watch. Off in the distance, you begin to hear the sounds of far off distant sound of arcane explosions, great thundering kind of cascading lights. You could hear the sound of metal on metal, beast on beast. Somewhere out there, fighting has begun somewhere. Probably near the Mudknocker swamp area, where the last vestiges of the Plains Orcs were. Some kind of battle has begun. But as the two of you keep alert, keep an eye on, slight tremors in the mountainscape come and go from time to time. Slight earthquakes, slight kind of like energetic pulses coursing through the mountainside. You can hear distant sounds of something deep down in the warrens as they kind of cascade and echo and rebound off the sides of the tunnels. There is a strange kind of loudness to this silence, this strange echo of creatures moving about, existing deep in these dark places. But your watch goes uninhibited. Nothing untoward happens. So anything you want to do during your watch, or would you like to wake everybody for second watch? It's up to you.
I just wake everybody. I'll wake the other people up for the next watch.
Okay. Kai and Arena, you're woken by Gulshaw.
Morning, Ghost. Well, sort of morning. Midnight.
Yeah, it's not morning. You're on second watch, so it's definitely not morning.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go look for a wander. I'm gonna go have a wander about you. You and Kai gonna be okay?
Yeah, just don't get burned.
Well, I don't know if I could feel it anyways, but I'll give it a go.
Okay.
Don't get lost.
And you just watch as he kind of smiles grizzly at you, his half like dead face and his
Hey,
good
it looks
eye.
a little better. It looks a little better since being in that necrotic stuff.
Fair enough. I mean, a little better in the sense that the rough edges have kind of smoothed over.
Yeah, that's a little better.
So you and Kai are now awake.
Yep.
And go ahead and roll for Ghost while he's kind of like checking the warrens and looking down by where Kai's alarm has been set.
Well, he did better this time. He got a 16.
Okay.
I did terrible. Got a 1 plus 2 is a 3.
Sleeping on watch.
Fall back asleep.
Perception, right? I got a natty 20. 20. Where's my perception?
Nice.
23.
23.
Tell Ghost to keep it down. I'm trying to sleep on watch. Jeez.
Kai kind of rolls over and
It's okay.
rubbing the ears of Blaze, kind of
I'll
a
check
little
the trash
distracted,
outside.
a little disconnected from the sense around you. It's at this point the two of you feel a strange kind of pulse of tremor in the mountainside. You watch as Ghost quickly comes back out of the warren, and the tremor gets severe for just a moment, enough for everybody to wake up for a minute, and then it settles, and you can hear a distant rumble, a distant explosion, as the exposed cavern that you're in can still kind of hear what's going on outside. Louder than normal. It kind of wakes everybody equally for a moment, but then everyone settles back down again. Arena and Kai, your watch goes unmolested for the most part.
Can we see out, like we're by that air shaft, by the mountain?
Well, imagine a 8-foot tall crack
Okay.
in the side of the mountain, and you can see out it. It's like 2 feet wide, 3 feet wide, and it's a collapsed ledge on the inside of the mountain that you're on. Everybody else is around you asleep. The warren tunnels continue downward off to your right, and the one that you came from is off to your left.
So we can't really see out of it and down the mountain.
You can see kind of, and I would say with that perception roll, equal to what I described for Gulshaw and Valev, the continued eruption is going on, and it kind of just felt like maybe it was a rather louder or extreme eruption, more so than what you were used to.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
So you guys wake Apollo and Derek. Derek and Apollo, you are now on the final watch, although Apollo is a death worm right now. Derek, go ahead and give me a perception check for the final watch.
Can I just use my passive 26?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I mean, when you have observant and you get a +5 to it, it's like
yeah, it's kind of overkill at that point.
That's fair.
I'll say the third and final watch goes relatively unmolested as well.
Observant.
As you begin to realize the tremors are getting worse, you can even see new fissures and cracks kind of opening up in the tunnel leading back up, as well as the tunnel leading further down. You get the feeling that the earthquakes and the activity of the volcano are steadily getting worse. You guys are now on your second day of travels.
Before that, since I have the ability to do it and I'm still in the middle of the long rest,
okay,
I might as well. I will use... Where is it? I'll use my primal awareness, and this will allow me to detect any of my favorite enemies for 1 minute within 6 miles of me. And right now, because of the changes they made, they like changed it back to the old system. I got constructs, dragons, and monstrosities as my favorite enemies.
So an hour before you wake everybody else, you take a moment to kind of sit amongst the exposed fissure out into Mudknocker Swamp. And staring at all your companions fast asleep, Apollo is kind of over by the other side of the warren, keeping an eye on the 2 tunnel entrances, one leading down, one leading from where you came from. You begin to focus and think deeply. And your danger sense immediately peaks. The amount of physical awareness of monstrosities down below are a number that you cannot count.
Good to know. Cool.
That's not good.
All of you begin to wake up one by one. Kai, your alarm was not triggered. The sun is beginning to leak through the crevice of the mountainside.
And we can all take off a long rest?
Yep.
All right.
And we eat, so we get rid of our point of exhaustion?
Say that again?
I said, and we eat, so we get rid of our point of exhaustion?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Happened, I'm sorry.
Nothing. It's now morning. You've had your long rest.
TPK, dude. TPK. You were gone. We all died.
Yeah,
Hey,
the rock slide just came down, swept us off the mountain, and we were
If
gone.
I'm out there to die for you, you guys had died. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, man.
All right.
It's all your fault.
Oh, you're fine.
Now, the morning of your second day of travel since you've left Whist. You can make some assumptions at this point. There's a good probability that the main force of the Jasper mining colony has probably descended upon Whist. Whether or not they've made it to the city yet, you cannot know unless you decide to take some time to scry. There is still the force that is kind of shambling amongst the Mudknocker Swamp. It's another possibility. But one could assume that time is becoming difficult and is not exactly on your side.
It never was. with my natural explorer, would I say it's faster to travel along the mountain pass that we're currently on, or going back through the tunnels?
Taking a look out, like you kind of lean outside the crack of the side of the mountain to look, and you could see all manner of thin tendrils of lava beginning to form up further up. You kind of look back in the direction of where the volcano is, realizing that it too is erupting more. You can actually begin to see at about the 12,000 foot level, the very edge of the crater of the volcano is just molten rock pouring down the side of it. Currently, based on what you're seeing and what you know, the tunnels still feel slightly safer, although the tremors and the earthquakes have you concerned.
All right, then. I guess I'll put my 2 cents and say we should probably find a better tunnel and head through there.
I would keep going down there toward.
Okay.
Maybe we can also
What this
find out
is.
what's messing with our magic while we're here. We know it's in this area, so we might end up running across it.
So you guys begin to pack up your gear, ready yourselves for the march down into the dark. It's wide enough that an order of march isn't necessarily required. You're able to kind of be in groups of 3 and 4, drifting deeply down into this tunnel. And as the further down you get, it's beginning to get warm again. As you drift away from the exposed opening.
I want to cast protection from energy for heat.
Okay.
Fire on
What's
me.
Is it personal protection?
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's concentration, so it only goes up to, I can only cast it on me.
Yeah. So you feel the heat dissipate. You feel the sweat cool as you are no longer affected by the extreme heat.
And
The
I'm
rest
gonna
of you.
swap out the worm for ghost.
I'll be
Okay.
I'll be popping that potion of fire resistance that I got from Apollo.
Okay. For the next hour, you have fire resistance.
Same.
All right.
One by one, each of you doing your self-preservation as you delve deeper.
Oh, and I'll give ourselves a 10-minute speech so we can get 19 temp HP.
Yep.
Yeah,
Everybody go
Okay.
ahead and give yourselves 19 temporary hit points.
And the worm is following us.
Is he following or ahead of you?
Well, is the tunnel already there?
You're basically in a massive lava tube at this point.
If the tunnel's already there, he's following us.
Okay.
Shaw or Arena, do either one of y'all have aid? I believe that stacks with temporary hit points.
Checking. I was shuffling my spells so that I could do the protection from energy.
All mine are. I have all offensive spells.
I have aid that I could put on people.
I
Shoot
also
yourself,
do,
Jack.
so we could each do 8 on people.
How many people can you target with that?
I can do 3 people.
I can do 3. But it only. Okay, it's for 8 hours, and it's 5 hit points.
Yeah.
Yes, at second level.
I
If
can
you
go
go
up
higher
to-
levels, it's more hit.
If
I
I
believe
do it at
additional
4th
5.
level, I can give you guys 15. So
Yeah.
It doesn't save your. I'd say save your spell slots for that. Then I mean,
Yeah.
19s are pretty good.
Like, I
19's
can.
at least 1/10
well,
yeah.
of the
15.
damage.
It's
that
to
he'll
your
deal with.
max
1/10
HP.
of the damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's each target's
But
hit point
this is
maximum,
to your
and
max
current hit points
HP.
increases by it.
Mhm.
So that means that it increases the amount that you can be healed by too.
All right.
So how many
So-
temp HP?
For me,
many
19
levels
temp
are
HP.
Belev, the small little sprout in your pocket is a little bit bigger today. And it crawls up and out of your robe and cloak, and it's actually capable of sitting on your shoulder with a bit of size improvement to it.
And it
A little bit
spontaneously
taller.
combusts.
It suddenly has red hair.
Been hanging out with Sparky.
Scout ahead.
Whoa, what
Just
the?
to make sure the paths we're traveling down are safe.
Okay. Derek, since you're out ahead scouting, go ahead and we'll say for now, because your passive is so high, that your investigative will have advantage as you're more focused on the terrain around you. So go ahead and give me investigation with advantage as you're kind of keeping an eye on the condition of these worn tunnels as you lead the group deeper back down.
Ooh, that's a nat 20 for a total of 27.
Nice. Once again, for you, these tunnels are familiar in scope and size and the way they're made, because you do recall coming through the previous time with the others. As you make your way deeper and further down, it's getting warmer yet again. You come upon an exposed section of the wall that's collapsed inward and outward. As you come up on the space, looking in, you see a familiar landscape. You see a familiar tunnel that you remember seeing prior to the entrance point of the Fire Giant Warren. You step out, you can see where the tunnel extends in one direction and over to the other, and there you can see the great stone door that allowed egress in to the Fire Giant Warren's bastion. All of this looks familiar. You're closer to the area that you recall that should eventually lead you in the reverse direction back up to the fractured academy.
Okay, so this is the gate that we left out of to get from the Fire Giant City, like the underground city.
This was the tunnel that you found that allowed you to gain access to the Fire Giant.
So it was
Warren.
an opening.
Correct.
It was the opening, the one that we went into, not the one we came out of.
Yeah.
Is it open or closed?
It is currently closed, as you remember seeing it, and there's a steady stream of lava forming at the base of the door, and there's a thin surface of rock, maybe a crust of sorts, kind of covering this space.
Okay.
I just want you to know right now that he's really acting up, and I don't think he likes your lava talk.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So, if I remember correctly, we don't have to go through here because the tunnel just keeps going in the direction that we came from.
Based on, give me a history check with advantage because you have.
I don't think we have to go that way.
We closed that door. We have to open it again.
Yeah, that's the door that you closed when you exited the Warrens.
Okay.
Yeah. That was when we
I'm rolling like fire. This is also a 27. I got a 19 plus 8.
Yeah.
So it's where we exited, not where we entered.
No, it's where you entered, but it had collapsed behind you when you went out the other door of the other side of the Warren after Gulshaw had defeated the undead fire giant.
Yeah, and we had like 2 paths we could take. There was one continuing, and then there was that one which led into the fire giant fight that we ended up taking. So if we just keep going straight,
we don't need to go into the fire giant Warrens.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Derek's saying, that if you go, just taking the tunnel back up towards the backside of where the fractured academy is supposed to be.
This will lead us to where all that water was.
The only thing that potentially going into those fire giant warrens would gain us is potentially
a lot of burns.
Giant arena-sized gems. Just saying, those gems were huge.
You know what?
I've stepped in lava. I'm not going to chance it.
Yeah.
So
just
I'm
kidding.
good.
Man. We got to help people.
Okay, fine. Let's not get distracted.
Arena-sized gems.
Arena-sized gem.
Is that your curse dice or is that your regular dice?
And plus,
It's actually
I would like to remind you
it's just a
that
gem.
whole city was literally right next to the opening of the volcano where all the lava was spewing out of. So the moment we go in there, it's probably just all flooded with lava.
The moment we open those doors, it's going to be lava TPK.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I
I got immunity, right?
Arena can float down the lava tube on her gem.
Actually,
on an arena-sized gem.
For Valev, since this is kind of your first time here, as well as Kai and Apollo, the three of you give me nature checks really quick.
Oh shit, I forgot. All those goddamn.
That's survival? Okay.
Nope. I'm dumb as brick.
Ah.
Well,
We
we
know.
already knew that. But...
So quick.
Wait,
Ten.
what's Apollo's intelligence?
Hey, my intelligence is +1.
BRB.
Get it right, all right? It's not.
It's
It's not my
average.
dump
It's
stat. It's not my
It's
dump stat.
Called a
Oh, you know
cave.
that? Okay.
Valev,
We're
what'd you
in a
get?
cave.
All the soft
18.
stats are.
I couldn't hear you. Say that again.
18.
18? 10 for Kai. And Apollo, what'd you get?
I got 10.
10. For you, Valev, it's interesting being here. It's definitely hot. I mean, you can feel the heat. It appears that Derek and Arena have done something to kind of prevent the excess heat from affecting them. As you kind of stare at the door as Derek's describing the route to take and suddenly realizing that the tunnel to the left is the one that will take you back up towards where the fractured library is, you can see little tendrils of lava leaking through the entirety of this 10-foot tall by 10-foot wide stone door.
All the way up at the top. It's all the way up.
You get the feeling that this might be part of the caldera bowl of the actual volcano. If there's an excess amount of lava here, and the main volcano is still quite a ways away, that's a lot. And based on the descriptions that the others have given you, this volcano has been active ever since they escaped it. It's been active during the whole time you guys went off to go do your own kind of summer activity. You get the feeling that there's an opportunity here. You're just not quite sure what it is.
Intelligence check. No, insight check on the
Oh, man,
DM.
I know what we can do.
Yeah, can I roll an insight check?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely
I see
don't want
what-
to do
I
an
see where it's
intelligence
at.
check.
For
Sure.
Valev? Oh.
Give me an insight check on the door.
Insight check on the door.
Oh, yeah.
You're the worst meta
oh,
pigeon
yeah.
woman.
Sorry.
Plus 8, 22.
22.
You have a +8 insight? Oh my god.
Wisdom, baby. Druid.
Depending on where all these warrens and tunnels lead, and based on the fact they described other stone doors as well, if you could figure out how to safely open these doors, it would create a kind of decompression effect that would not only fill everything down here with lava, but could potentially backfill up and in the direction of the volcano, causing a strange effect on the eruption of the volcano and potentially causing the main caldera to suddenly collapse in on itself, causing the volcano to collapse in on itself, basically bringing down the entire mountain.
I say all of that and sounding very, very intelligent, unlike the Lev normally would. All of a sudden, you see a little bead of blood drop out of his nose, and he kind of like shakes his head real quick and is like, ah.
And he's like patting out his smoking beard as well.
Are you channeling the little dude on your shoulder? I mean,
I'd like to point out we are currently inside that volcano.
inside that, yeah.
Yeah, okay, but just saying it's an option. It's a strategy. We don't have to be here at the time that it happens.
Do you have shape charges?
Do we have anything that can?
Well,
I don't know about you, but I didn't pack my MacGuffin that can just blow this up when we
so
leave.
let me ask you something. The fire elemental that I summoned the other day, which now I can summon again. Did it look powerful enough when I saw it?
It appeared to be greater in size, yeah.
It could possibly like melt those doors? Or
it could
melt the lava or rock around it?
I mean, it could physically interact with it and do something to the stone door. It's possible.
Okay.
Wow, could it go under the door?
The space wouldn't be quite big enough for it.
No, I'm talking about when we decide to blow the doors, not just to look underneath, see what's there.
Well,
I'm
just saying, we could just unlock the door.
Send a worm.
If we got something that goes
Yeah, I was just
underneath.
thinking.
Do you want to unlock a
just-
door that's got like thousands of tons of lava behind it? Because I think it would kind of squirt out at you and like,
Yeah, no. That's...
boil anybody to death instantly.
I was
like,
just thinking.
click, I got.
We could, when
But
we
yeah.
get to a relatively safe place, which is hard to predict with lava, we could send the worm in.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could do that.
it does burrow through rock and stone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or the
we could
fire
have it
elemental
kill
that won't
itself
take
doing
any
that.
damage, I don't
I'm
think.
perfectly
And
fine
I'm
with
sure
that.
ghosts would like that.
I don't
It
think
would
any of the
also
elementals.
probably it would also probably alleviate some of the pressure off of what's going on with Whist, because we know this mountain has something to do with what's going on over there.
Well, also, like, depending on which way you drained it. I mean, I know we could drain it from here, but if you drained it another area, we could potentially drain it onto something we don't like.
I don't know how we would find out what we want to drain it onto, though.
I don't know, the enemy encampment.
I know, but which way is that?
And I'd like to
Enemies
remind you.
marching toward Whist right now.
Yeah.
Can I roll a survival check to see if I know which direction we would want to?
We don't
Send
need
the
to.
lava.
I know which direction everything's at from my position.
I mean, probably the biggest challenge you guys have is more about timing than really what to do. There's an obvious advantage to being able to collapse the volcano in on itself and either trap or destroy whatever Merkel and the avatars are doing in this space. Since you've decided to come in the reverse direction and not the Jasper mining colony directly, the only avatar that you're aware of that would be an option for a target is the one that is currently studying the astral lathe and the other equipment within the fractured library.
And that's our current
So,
destination. We've got to
what
pass
we
through
could-
there.
What we could do is.
Oh, wait a minute.
We could wait. We
go
could
ahead.
we could get to there, and then I can send the worm to here to go through Burrow Rock, straight through to this door, goes through the door, and then sends lava shooting through the tunnel that it just made from
Okay, so
there.
part of what I understand is if we can force all of the avatars to join together as one avatar and then defeat that, we'll defeat Merkel. So if they are in fact down there in the caldera, or maybe more than one of them are down there, and we collapse it, it'll force those avatars to possibly leave and join with this other avatar. Then we could defeat the avatar there at the all in one.
Wouldn't defeating each of them individually also do that, though?
Well,
we've already killed one of them.
Yeah.
And as far as you know, one is still at the Jasper mining colony doing something to the undead forms. There's another one at the summoning pits.
Yeah.
There's another one that is wandering the lower warrens, seemingly just kind of looking or trying to find something. And then there's one that is studying the devices within the fractured library, or the fractured room of the Academy of Knowing, now that you actually know what it is.
Just split up. Teams of 2. We each get an avatar. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Break over like a tree.
Oh yeah,
I call Arena.
Great idea.
There's still only one direction we can go.
Thanks for telling us about the doors. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
right,
also,
so let's
I could turn
continue.
into an elemental and just not be harmed by lava.
Well,
I think that's a good idea.
That's good for you.
Yeah, I've seen
get-
some
yeah.
some elementals now. So
I can't. So
can
I
turn
will
into
burn
that.
to death. Matter of fact, it's pretty hot in here right now. I want to get going.
I mean, there's like sweat pouring down Gulshaw's
Not
face
that
at
you'd
this
see
point.
it because I'm in armor.
How long does water walk last?
It's just
Water
like a
walk lasts-
convection oven, just cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cooking myself in here. I'm glad I come from the desert.
Okay, water walk only lasts.
It's a
an
dry
hour.
heat.
So all of you are now kind of gathered at the
So we'll
area where you
continue.
can see the stone door. You can see the tunnel leading back the way, kind of circumnavigating deeper around the fire giant warren, and then
Yes,
back
that's what we're-
up slightly in the direction that you believe the fractured portion of the Academy of Knowing to be located.
That's where we want to go.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's where we got to go if we want to get to Jasper.
So, with that, you begin to head in that direction.
Well, and we have to kill the avatar and get the flower. If the
And-
flower still exists.
If it's there.
Does anybody have detect magic? I doubt these things would be stupid enough to leave their areas where they're currently residing undefended
Hold
of
on.
magic. And can
I
you
have-
you cast it on me so I can see magical stuff?
It's not. I don't think you can cast it on someone. It's only on yourself.
Disappointing.
Sorry. But I have to ritually cast it because I don't have it prepared.
All right, then we can. Yeah, I'll scout slightly ahead. I'm not going to go too far. Well, she's doing that.
Okay.
Ritually cast detect magic.
Is that the verbal component?
Yep. And the hand signal
Love
motion.
it.
Derek, do you already have advantage on your scouting perception stuff?
Yeah, currently.
Yeah, he's good there. And we're using his passive for now because it's so high.
Paulo
you-
looks
If
dead.
you have anything that can get past a 26 perception, I mean, whew.
Oh, Apollo's not dead. Yay, he moved.
I can.
With
It would
that,
take a 19 or a 20.
Kinda
But
Nope.
I could.
I have 26 investigation and 17 perception.
so with that, Derek, as you're waiting for Arena to cast the spell and you make your way slightly ahead, you come around the bend of a familiar long portion of this space, and that kind of like sense of deja vu as you realize this is that space where all those dozens of portals had come into existence. And once you get here, there's a strange sense of kind of like silence for a moment. You can feel the hairs on the back of your neck just kind of stand up. And looking about, you can hear everybody beginning to come up a little bit further, and you hear Arena just kind of conclude the last kind of semantic of her detect magic. Derek, go ahead and give me an intelligence save.
Am I within Gulshaw or not?
No.
A save.
All right.
I ran up
I
to
got
him.
a
Hi.
+2 to this. Let's see how this goes. 18. Surprisingly.
18. As you stand there staring down, you watch as a portal begins to form and open.
No.
And as you stare at it, there's this kind of voice in your head, a familiar voice, a dryad's voice. And she's just kind of like calling to you from this portal. And you begin to walk towards it, and you step
Really?
right in
With an
to
18?
the portal.
With an 8. Oh, shit.
For the rest of you further back, Arena, your detect magic begins to ping dramatically ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as if the entire tunnel ahead of you is just... You get this feeling that it's a school of enchantment and divination ahead of you. As blue and red arcane energy begins to pour from that direction of the tunnel.
I'm going to tell the group, okay, so blue and red is coming from that way. I mean, enchantment and divination. Was it enchantment and divination?
Correct.
Yeah.
The police?
Yes. Police. It's a good band. Okay.
A few minutes goes by and Derek and Dudley have not returned.
Where are Derek and Dudley?
They were scouting ahead.
Dud.
I asked him if he wanted help. He said he was fine.
Let's just move as a group further down the tunnel and see if he's down there.
Okay. Derek.
So as you guys kind of move into the tunnel, the detect magic gets more intense, brighter. Valev, give me a survival check really quick.
Getting brighter.
$23.
23. You can see a series of footsteps that match Dudley and Derek. They kind of descend further down into the tunnel. And as you see, they just midway into the tunnel, they just stop. With all 5 of you standing there looking into the space.
So they disappeared.
I need all 5 of you to make intelligence saves, please. As directly in front of you, portals are beginning to come into existence.
Ooh, 19.
I don't think the worm gets an intelligence save.
I got a nat 20 for a 28.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I don't think there's any way to up that. Or I don't have inspiration anymore.
Oh, do we get +5?
Plus 5 because the gold
Oh,
shot.
yeah. 24.
25.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I got a 16 plus 5 is 21.
Okay. Kai, what'd you get?
Sorry, what kind of save was that again? What was that
Intelligence
again?
save.
Intelligence.
Intelligence. That makes that 23 plus 5, so 28.
Okay.
Great.
So gold shot,
21.
what'd
I'm
you
gonna
get?
be the only one that just had gold
I
shot.
got a nat 20 for a 28.
Okay. Arena, what'd you get?
14 plus 2 plus 5. 20 something. 21.
14 plus 2 plus 5, 21. Apollo, what'd you get? 24?
Yes, 24.
For Arena and Valev, what'd you get?
25.
25.
I'm gonna be the only one that doesn't make it. Watch.
As these portals come into existence, there's swirling lights pulsing. All 5 of you just feel this draw to each one of the portals. You're about to just kind of ignore each other and step off in different directions. But one by one, you shake your head and you feel the tendrils of control kind of break away. You watch as the portals collapse in on themselves. And this creature is stuck to the wall of the cavern, pulsing with this like this weird fluid-like membrane. This long appendage hangs from it.
Does it have Derek in its
and
clutches?
you can see that it's attached itself to Derek's head, and it is currently absorbing his essence. You could see chunks of whatever.
Can I cut it?
And he's just hanging there looking like he is just getting absorbed.
Oh, it's
by
a
the
brain
second.
sucker, and it's not starving.
Oh no!
Can I cut it?
We have to try and kill it. Yeah, rescue
Hey,
Derek.
Perfectly Techno, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated.
Yep.
Rescue Derek.
Cutting it.
Yeah.
Roll for initiative.
Right now, you just see this weird, disembodied, like fleshy creature. It's attached to the cavern wall. It's currently emanating magic ability, and it seems to be gradually absorbing Derek's.
I shoot it with my gun.
Wait, is this thing a monstrosity?
No, it is not.
Can I shoot it with my gun?
Take a shot at it.
Ugh.
I'm going to toll the dead it. No, after he hits it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, no.
I mean,
chill touch. I have chill touch. Yeah, I'm totally going to chill touch it. My first time using that cantrip.
18, 28, 29, 30, 31.
Are we doing initiative? Oh, we do.
I think
so. You guys watch as
potentially
quickly
a
Valev
surprise
brings
round.
up his gun and takes a shot at the creature. You watch as a bloom of explosion erupts in Valev's chest.
Oh, it shot Valev. Wait.
Valev, go ahead and roll damage for yourself.
Oh no.
I mean, I was just gonna attack you with the sword. I mean, my damage isn't probably as big as Valev's, so I wasn't worried about it.
Was this because you rolled a nat
18.
Oh no.
I rolled 27 to hit. It's just...
Oh,
No, it's probably because it's some psychic thing.
weird.
Yeah, what kind of damage was that?
It's your rifle. You tell me.
You shot yourself with your
You
own gun.
shot yourself. Your shot hit the creature, and then it immediately blew up in your chest.
So you're taking the damage, not the creature.
Yeah.
Right.
So, was
And
there
all of you are
anything
standing around, drawing your weapons, watching as
Valev
this
shoot
creature
himself?
seems to have kinetically absorbed the shot from Valev, and then the
Did
shot
that
effect is now on Valev.
Did that show up as anything in the detect magic with the detect magic aura?
Nope.
Okay, attacking it hurts yourself. Okay.
Okay.
wow,
well,
so-
with
And that
a
was
gun.
non magical, or is your gun magical?
It's magical.
I'm doing a non-magical.
Derek,
sword.
give me a Constitution save, please.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm much better at con.
Does it do anything?
That would be 26.
26. Take 118 points of psychic damage, halved
Oh,
to
Damn.
59. You guys watch as the husk of Derek diminishes slightly.
I'm
And then you can see
going
another
to-
tendril kind of extended off the other one, and it's doing the same thing to Dougley as you watch Dougley take. Well, have Dougley give me a con save, please.
1 sec, I'm putting the damage.
Can I
on my
protect
damage.
but Ugly?
I'm
Can
gonna
I
pull
just
out
jump
my.
in front of it with the sword?
I'm gonna pull out my fang.
So wait,
demon
hold on a second.
dagger.
Apollo, you're going
Okay.
to chase after and try to hack into one of the tendrils.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
That was the 27.
27. As you're attacking it with your sword.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't
one
think
thing I had
Dougley
to pull down.
saved.
Okay.
Dougley
Dougley
got a
takes
13.
Dougley takes 116 points of psychic damage. Apollo, as you charge into the tendril and your sword digs into it, there's this screeching and a pulsing kind of like arcanic that just goes off in front of you. Go ahead and roll damage on yourself, and you're thrown back 30 feet back into the tunnel.
See, I only took 10 damage, so I wasn't worried about myself.
Fair enough.
But
You
oh my
guys
god!
You watch as Apollo like tries to help in his normal way, gets blasted backwards 10 feet after striking the creature. What are the rest of you doing?
Told ya.
Well, let's try and get Derek away from it.
I was just trying to get Dougley away from it.
Okay, you get Dudley. Guys, let's get Derek.
Magic doesn't work. Physical attacks don't work.
You can't talk right now, Derek. Oh, you know what? There's always a solution.
Oh, come on.
Yeet.
Okay, so yeah,
So what are you guys doing? You're watching as Derek is getting absorbed.
trying to pull him out.
Are you grabbing onto Derek while still attached to the creature?
I'll help. I'll
Yeah.
pull her. She's pulling on
I
it.
would
So
like
whoever's
to
trying to
rage.
pull on
Run
Derek, give me athletic checks for starters.
I'd like to rage and just open the mouth. Oh, whatever
It doesn't have a
tube
mouth.
thing whatever tube thing
Ten-
gets swallowing
tentacle.
Dudley.
Okay. You begin to rage and you're kind of going to grasp onto the tendril trying to get it off of Dudley. Apollo, go ahead and give me athletics.
Well, I rolled a 1 first, but I'm a halfling. I get
29.
to re-roll,
Okay.
and I got a 15.
Lucky you.
So who
I'm
else
at
trying to help get
15.
Derek?
Rolled an 8. That's
Hold on.
one.
Who's helping Arena at this point?
Kai, so does that
But
mean
I'm
I get advantage?
helping her.
Yeah, you're both are trying
I'm
to get
helping
this thing-
Arena. So that would give her advantage.
That's
Is
fine.
what
See
I
if
was
can get
hoping.
higher than a
Yep.
15.
Yep.
Okay, good. So ignore my
Oh, I
roll.
got higher than a 15. It's a
Yeah.
17, but I got higher than a 15.
Okay. So, Apollo, as you launch forward to try after getting blown backwards, and you're now trying to get this tendril off of Dudley, you feel the flesh of the creature begin to kind of encapsulate your hands, run up to your elbows,
Gross.
and you're now being
Oh,
kind of
God.
pulled into the tendril of the creature. Give me a intelligence save, please.
Oh no.
No.
I mean, I got a +6. I think I'm fine. I think.
Hey,
let's
let's not
nope,
jinx
nope.
yourself.
Ow.
Come on, Apollo.
Yeah, let's not,
You
not
jinxed
jinx myself.
What'd you
Then
roll?
I hit myself. I got a 10.
Don't die.
10.
Don't die. Don't die again. Don't die
You
again.
watch as Apollo immediately goes limp.
Mhm.
He is kind of partially
Oh,
sucked
no.
up into the fleshy bits of this creature. And Apollo, your intelligence drops to 0 as you are now
You're dead.
unconscious
Oh no.
and dead.
Dead
You
again.
kidding? You kidding? Oh, great. Well, because
We
I
told
just
you to
can't.
stop dying.
Arena
Apollo.
and Kai,
Seriously.
I need the two of you to make intelligence saves as the flesh of this creature is covering your hands, your arms, and
Oh
you're
my
getting
God.
absorbed into it.
Can I?
Do we still get +5 from Gulshaw? That's a save. Right?
Well, it depends. Gulshar, are you nearby? Because you'll have to be right alongside them for them to get this ability.
10 feet, right?
Well, yeah, 10 feet
Okay.
from a creature that's just merely absorbing your physical
Yeah,
essence.
I'm not
sure.
anywhere near that thing.
Great.
But I am gonna go ahead and cast banishment on it.
Gulshar, give me a charisma save.
Okay.
Can I roll an insight or a perception to look around and see if I could figure out how this thing might be operating and if there's some kind of weakness?
Don't let me die in vain, guys.
Yeah, let's resolve what Gulshar's doing
dying,
in Arena and
Apollo.
Kai, and then we'll come back to you.
So
I got
a 36.
36. You feel the banishment reflect or kind of like bounce off the creature, slam into you. You nearly go out of existence, but your natural resistance to your own banishment effect keeps you anchored to the material
damn it.
plane. You're not sent outright. Arena, what did you get for your
I got a 21.
21? And Kai, what'd you get?
22. I
22.
found this myself.
Both of you, both of your intelligence drops to 0. And you're now being absorbed by the creature.
Jeez.
Okay.
Is this covering like the whole entrance where we're going?
It is off to the side of the cavern. You're watching as Arena and Kai are getting absorbed. Apollo's getting absorbed. You're watching as Derek and Dudley are getting absorbed. The
I threw-
worm is already like a desiccated mess alongside there. It's just been shredded out of existence by whatever this creature attached to
The
it.
only thing I can think of is I'm going to throw down the statue, the idol of the fire elemental.
Wait, it got the worm? The worm was behind us.
Yeah, well, the worm came in the moment, because the moment you fell unconscious, it's no longer under your control. So
Gotcha.
it immediately went right towards where you were And then, Valev, you watched as the worm panicked and went where Arena was, and the tendrils erupt from the mass on the side of the cavern down into the worm, is now absorbing it as well. For all of you, only Gulshan and Valev seem to be amongst those that can control things. You're watching as this fleshy protrusion on the side of the cavern, its tendrils connected up to the roof, tendrils of flesh going into the ground as well. Valev, go ahead and give me a survival check to try to figure out how this thing is anchored. You're watching your friends get absorbed by this creature. Everybody's unconscious, being dragged into its kind of fleshy mass.
That is a 12 for, wait for it, 26.
Plus 14 on survival? Fuck me and tier 4.
It's my,
fuck
it's my,
me.
No, that's my
Fuck
only,
me,
that's my
and
only
fuck
stat.
you.
That's just crazy. That's my only stat.
Only
I
crazy
took
stat.
expertise in survival.
So with that, as you focus in on this creature, you look up at the ceiling, and the way the tendrils have dug in to both the ceiling and the floor and the cavern wall, and the way this thing is, you look in the very center of the mass, you see a familiar object. A great glass stone pulsing with an arcane light, similar to the one that was taken out of the creature that was destroyed by you and your friends back in the forest where you'd saved the Dryad's Grove. Exact size. It's in deep in the flesh of the creature that's attached to the cavern wall.
How can we get it out? Or how do we break it? We have to dispel it, right? Can you just smash it with your hammer?
It's inside the thing. It's going to cause me damage. The only thing I could think of is if I throw down my fire elemental idol and have the fire elemental attack it to try to get in to burn it through into so we could actually hit the actual gem. That might work. But I don't know. I mean, I won't be doing the damage. The fire elemental will be doing the damage, so...
You guys watch as Derek is absorbed. You watch as...
I throw down the idol.
Okay, you throw it down. As it comes into existence, you just watch as the arcane light of the gem glows hotly and brightly. And then the fire elemental back into an idol.
Do I still have the refraction cube?
Yeah, you do.
I get out the refraction cube.
It's glowing.
I'm going to concentrate on it.
Give me a charisma save as you concentrate on it.
Oh, that's a good one. 28. Oh, sorry. 38.
All of you are having a conversation around the bend, and Derek goes, I'm going to go scout ahead.
Derek.
There's a pulse in your hand as you put the cube away.
Shit. Derek.
Yeah?
Don't go around that corner. Or do I know that? Or do I not remember?
You have
do I remember what happened?
You have a sense of dread. That's all you remember. None of you remember anything. You watch as Gulshan puts away the refraction cube, and you have this sense of dread around the corner.
Yeah, don't go around that corner.
Derek, you sure you got this? I can go and help.
No.
I guess I'll just wait for everybody then.
Okay.
We'll go around together now.
Hey. Well,
we
look,
could all go together.
Casting detect magic.
Arena, do you have dispel magic?
I think so.
Okay.
I should. Let me check.
Kai does.
Maybe get ready with that
I
spell.
do too, just in case. Yeah, I do.
Casting dispel magic or not dispel.
I think you
detect,
can
detect
cast
magic.
it higher than I can.
Detect magic.
As you cast it, there is a sense of divination and enchantment ahead of you, quite bright and intense with magical energy.
Because there's a magic aura ahead of us, very bright. Divination and enchantment.
Suddenly there's a massive earthquake beneath your feet. The warren shakes and cracks as you all watch the tunnel begin to collapse down on top of you. The entire mountainside is coming down.
Worm, come here, get on top of us.
Wait, while we're in.
Suddenly you just feel tons of rocks. Gulsha, you're standing there putting away the cube. There's a sense of something wrong up ahead. You're not sure what it is. You ask Arena to detect magic.
Okay.
I was already casting detect magic.
Oh no.
She casts it again. She senses divination
Death loop.
and enchantment.
Hey, Derek, you sure you don't want me to go help you look for the scout
I
ahead?
have to. Let's try to go another
How
way
about we all
then.
stay together?
Yeah,
let's all stay together.
We should all just walk forward.
All right.
Around the corner together.
Yeah, I mean, it was my idea to cast the detect magic anyways. Might as well.
There's a lot of
As you begin to shimmy forward, you hear a rumbling sound as the tube behind you fills with metric tons of lava. It smashes into all of you.
Oh, Jesus.
Gosha, as you put away the refraction cube, Arena begins.
Son of a bitch.
All right, I concentrate again on the refraction.
This is like having This is like a save game that you saved in the middle of a death animation.
Yeah, right. Like,
respawn
no matter
and
what,
die.
the bullet's already headed towards your head. So if you reverse it, the bullet's still headed towards your head. I'm going to concentrate.
As the effect happens, you put the cube away and you begin to warn Derek. The warning of Derek convinces Arena to detect magic. There's a moment.
Casting detect magic.
No, it's a loop, babe. This is not a continuation. You have no idea what you're doing.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to concentrate on the cube again.
You begin to form and concentrate on it. Give me a charisma save.
Charisma save.
Plus guidance.
Let's see, where's my charisma? So 25.
25. Holding the cube and not putting it away this time seems like the right thing to do. You don't know why, but you're about to warn Derek about this weird feeling up ahead, and you look down to see the ground just open up beneath you. And then you're looking at the cube again. Derek is saying, I'm going to go scout ahead.
Is it getting faster?
Damn
No.
It's killing us faster.
I'm going to keep...
Maybe we shouldn't be here.
I'm going to go...
Is there a different corridor?
Is there a different way to go, or are we just going down this one corridor?
We can make a different corridor.
Give me a perception check really quick.
Okay. 22.
The strangest thing about this is that you have no idea what's happening. All you know is that the sense of dread keeps repeating. You keep getting this sense of deja vu as Derek says, I'm going to go scout ahead. Valev asks, do you need help? You hear Arena say, I'm going to cast Detect Magic. But you don't know why. This sounds familiar over and over and over. With this thought in your head, you look up to see the cavern just collapse down on top of you. And then there you are, staring at the cube. Yet again.
We can make a different tunnel.
Okay. The minute I feel like I have the refraction cube and it's resetting. That's when I want to try to concentrate on it again.
Give me one more charisma save.
Okay. I do good on my charisma saves.
Yeah, you don't know if you need to do
you
good
better
or
do
bad.
on your charisma saves.
So a 30.
30. That was the DC I was looking for. As you suddenly you feel this suction noise. You feel the top of your head. Look up to see a tendril kind of shred and move away from you. All around you, you can see everybody else attached to these tendrils. You're standing there by yourself, this fleshy creature plastered on the wall. Oddly enough, the refraction cube is in your hand, the magic coursing up your arm. It's almost as if focusing on it had detached it at not more than 5 feet from where you kind of fall onto like a knee and pick yourself up. You could see in the very center of this fleshy creature that huge gem pulsing with an arcane light.
Okay. Fuck. Ah, fucking A. I'm gonna go. Shit. How deep into this thing is that?
God.
Is that thing? How deep in there is that?
Maybe
Gem.
2-3 feet into the flesh.
Is it opaque or is it translucent?
Well, if you were conscious, I could
what
tell
are you
you.
talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, Gulshaw? Let's have a moment.
Okay.
You're standing there, kind of recovering from what just happened. You can see all your friends are currently attached and being consumed.
Right.
Suddenly, all your memories kind of flood back to you all of a sudden. And you begin to realize that this creature is using some kind of psychic dissonance or effect. And you get the feeling the moment that Derek entered that tunnel, that was the moment that created this loop, this strange nightmare that you're in. But the pain on your head is quite real.
Mm-hmm.
And you can feel tendrils of blood kind of seeping down your brow. And you staring at your friend, staring at that pulsing orb in the middle of the manifestation. This thing feels like it draws its power from your thoughts, from what you're doing. Your reactions, your fears, your suspicions.
Right.
It's almost as if that first encounter in your mind with it, the shot from Velev, Apollo attacking, the others trying to peel the tendril apart, trying to free Derek and Dudley. It's almost as if every time you think a thought, it uses it against you.
Okay. Let's see. Then I will go into it. I'll enter into it, grab that gem, and then refraction cube out.
So, with the refraction cube still in your hand,
Right.
you immediately plunge your left hand into the fleshy parts and bits and try to gather up the gem that you can see. You wrap your arm around it. You have to plunge your shoulder in to get deeper into where it is. And you wrap around it, and you can feel some resistance as you do this. But give me a intelligence save as you do this. With advantage, because the refraction cube is active.
24.
24. You feel yourself resist the will of whatever this creature is doing. You can feel it trying to shred into your consciousness. You take half of 92 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And you feel your arm wrap around the gemstone, the massive glass stone. You can feel the arcane energy begin to sear and burn into your arm. And you go to rip it out of the creature and away from the wall. Give me an athletics check, please.
Okay. Athletics. 26.
26. You feel it break free of the cavern wall. You kind of shred at the mucous membranes attached to you. You kind of force yourself out of this space as you stumble out of the creature. All of you are back around that bend again. Gulshaw is standing there with the fraction cube, the strange gem in his arm. And then Derek says, I'll just go scout ahead.
Is the gem glowing or is it dead now?
It is not glowing. It is a large opaque stone in your hands or in your arm. You have the refraction
you don't
cube.
want help?
Why not?
Arena's casting detect magic.
At which point, Arena, you conclude your cast. There's no magic ahead. Derek, you scout forward. The cavern appears to be empty. No signs of anything.
We'll keep moving up the cavern.
See any magic, guys?
You guys beginning to continue on through the cavern? Cool.
Just, I want to have Arena with me now that she has detect magic up. I don't know how long that lasts, but she can.
Okay.
Arena, if there's Derek any magical auras, she can let me know.
Yeah, Arena and Derek kind of move forward a bit.
Mm-hmm. Is everybody still really damaged?
I'm dead, ain't I?
No.
You all right?
Well, Shaw, you're the only one showing signs of any injury. Everybody else is fine.
Oh, so do I get my temporary hit points back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Just immediately, I was like, everything was undone. Cool, back to full. Whew, Dudley was almost dead, too.
Right?
Okay, cool.
Dudley had like 20 hit points left after that.
I'm not stupid anymore.
Well, intelligence 0 is death.
We need to
It's
all
instant
stick
death.
together.
That thing ate our brains.
So
It was a brain sucker, and it was not starving.
yeah, my
None of
stuff
you have a
goes.
memory of this other than Gulshaw. Gulshaw, you're the only one that now remembers specifically what happened.
Are you all right?
Right.
What the hell
Where'd
happened?
you
I already
get
made the
that
back
stone?
Are you covered in goo?
Yeah, a little bit, I suppose.
Are you going to be all right?
A monster attacked you when we were eating your brains. I had to use the refraction cube. It got a little dicey.
Huh?
I already made the backup kit and everything.
That's where you got the stone?
What?
Yeah, the stone was powering the monster.
But it's just a rock.
Oh, it looks like that thing that was in the other avatar creature thing that we killed.
So
Ginormicon.
let's all stay together. It attacked Derek first when he went around the corner to scout the first time. So
Oh,
Okay, well, I
great.
don't
The
Joy.
first
see any-
time.
First time. How many
Well-
times did we die?
6 or
We
7, I
died
think.
first time?
We died 6 or 7
Yeah, what?
times? Oh, I'm so glad I don't
Well, let's not get into that. It just makes my head hurt.
time
100
man.
times.
Time is-
100 times.
Welcome to Tier 4, people.
I know,
I
right?
can believe Apollo.
Fuck, I was getting worried. Okay.
You were worried. I was worried. We were all dead. I was pretty much like,
Paul already made a
Dead,
second
dead.
kill to I was like,
I was just going to be like, okay, stick it on my head. We'll be the
It's like,
deadhead crew.
You can't attack it. You can't use magic on it. You can't use skill checks on it. What the hell are we
Plant
supposed
flowers
to
in our brains. It's going to plant flowers in our brains. All right. let's
So
see.
the
only
familiar
had
tunnel
friends.
continues on. And
Yeah.
for what the three of you can remember, this goes on for quite a while before you find that exposed opening leading back up into the broken academy floor. But it looks familiar. I mean, Arena and Derek, you're the first two kind of pull yourselves up looking. There it is, that exposed section of rock and the top of the building below as you're under your feet. And then you kind of look down and there's that familiar hallway, the rubble. You can even see some of the debris that was left behind. You're back at where the fractured portion of the academy is.
Pass without trace.
Stealth checks.
So everybody give me stealth with +10.
I tell the worm to stay.
I like how Gulshol rolls and goes,
I got a natty 20.
Well, I got a nat 1. So I fall down, and it sounds like, like where someone drops a load of dishes, like pots and pans.
This is the first time I roll good.
even it's so. I mean, at a plus.
Well,
at a +10.
We'll go this far. The nat 20 on Arena undoes that nat 1. I'm not worried about that. I would even say Arena grabs onto you before you kind of fall.
I mean, I got a 12.
Opening.
If I get a 10, then it's technically a 12, but it's a nat 1. I just tell you.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah, but I got a nat 20.
Yeah.
So we'll say Arena prevents you from falling through the opening and making all that noise. And it's Arena's little halfling arm holding on to your 400-pound self. But holding onto her belt is Ghost as he's splayed out like this, holding onto her belt and then gently letting the two of you down into the entrance. What did everybody else get?
I also got a nat 20 for a total of 35.
Okay, 28.
So we can retcon that. When we got there, I took Ghost out and put the worm in the necklace.
Correct.
Yeah. 29.
I assumed you would have done that anyways because it can't fit where you're going.
He can't fit where we're going. Yeah.
Well, we could have it just bulldoze through everything.
29. Paulo, what'd you get?
22.
Okay.
So
So
I got
all you carefully and very cautiously.
33.
For some of you, this is your first time in this space, and you all drop down. For 3 of you, a very familiar hallway. You can see the now completely rotted remains of that creature that you took the fingers from.
Yep.
It's pretty much barely even in existence. It's just this weird, desiccated kind of skeleton with the demonic head now all kind of rotted away. You can see where the sawed-off appendages of its fingers have been, disconnected from where you took it
I'm gonna
before.
pull out my staff, and I'll be like, haha, I have your fingers.
So if it's the same, and
I'd like to point out
the equipment's in the same area, I'll take a minute to whisper and explain to where everything's at.
Okay.
We don't know
Where everything's going to be when we enter. There'll be a hallway, then down on the left will be an opening, and in that opening will be the main room with all the equipment in it and everything.
So as you go through this course of explanation, the first
I'm gonna be looking through the door, making sure nothing's coming our way, because I know there's only that one entrance, minus any portals that decide to randomly.
You
pop
guys
up.
watch as Derek makes his way up the hallway to the one door.
I will go with Derek.
Okay, Valev, you kind of go alongside Derek as well. The rest
Apparently,
of
you died last time we did this, so I'm gonna go keep you safe.
you, you guys begin to look and examine in the other rooms. They're all empty. The astral lathe and all the other parts that were left behind, the sand table, I believe the owl is not there, and the pedestal. So the pedestal, the owl, and the astral lathe are definitely gone. Derek, as you get up to where the door is, with your passive perception, you can see quite clearly that a large group of something had come into this space and carried off a great deal of weight.
All right.
Which
And
way did they go,
there's a
George?
very demonstrative path in front of you that's been disturbed by lots of things.
All right.
They look
It's
humanoid.
not here.
Tracking check.
Go for it.
Yeah, I
Survival.
also will do survival.
Fair enough.
I have advantage.
For the rest of you, while you look and search the remainder of the rooms,
Nice.
give me an investigation check.
30.
30.
I did not get it. I got a 23.
Between the two of you, some are humanoid, some are monstrosities, some are tendrils that are being dragged on the ground, some are 3 4-legged by upright creatures. It's a menagerie of evidence of just a mob of creatures that came down here.
Guys, I found dirt.
Where did it
I gotta
go
find
off anywhere?
Yay.
Derek,
So
does it go
Gulsha-
off anywhere?
Wait, hold on. Gulsha, what'd you get for your investigation?
I wasn't really investigating, but because I got a
Bless
6.
you.
Okay. Kai, what'd you get?
Excuse me.
16.
Bless you.
And Apollo, what'd you get?
7.
7.
I got a 5.
Yeah.
I
As
found
far
dirt.
as the 4 of you could tell,
I mean,
We're not
it's a
really
good thing this is mine and
passive
Valev's job and
is
not yours.
26.
Can I just
My,
say my passive?
my passive is 26.
Yeah, I'll
So
say
just in
for the
case
four
a
of
passive
you-
matters, it's 26.
for the 4 of you, the remaining rooms, hallways of this fractured portion of the destroyed academy has been completely cleaned out. Eventually, you make your way at the end of the hallway where Valev and Derek are examining the tunnel, the floors, and beginning to put together a picture of just a massive shambling mound of creatures that had carried off the weight of the interior of this space.
Is that what it is? A shambling man? Is that what took out of this? Because I know that's a real thing.
Is the rest of that skeleton of Lady Silverhand there, or is it gone?
It is gone as well.
Which way'd they go? Is it, or they just disappear like into a portal?
It
No.
looks like it keeps going up
Back
the
up.
tunnel,
Yeah.
back up to where
Okay.
you guys had come through that giant effigy of the World Eater and down through the mines.
Before we progress, does anybody need to take a break, or should we sort things out here? Because we don't know how much everything up ahead has changed.
Well, if we're gonna have to try and go up that long tunnel or tube where we came down the rope, I don't know how we're gonna get back up there.
That's why we brought the climbing equipment.
Well, can't we cast that wind spell and just fly up there?
We
That's
could
a possibility.
technically
I
do
have
that too.
spider
Can't
climb,
we
so
just
I
cast
can
that
climb
wind
up
spell
it.
like it's not the only 6th level spell I have?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna cast it whenever.
Yeah. But wait, Kai just said she has spider climb, so
I don't know anything about your spells.
that
Spider
only
climb
works
only
sounds
works
good
for
to
me.
me.
Well,
There's a way to get up
Turn
there.
everybody into gas,
It
Valev.
works
Like
for
it's
me,
the
though, so
easiest thing
you don't
to
have
do.
to worry about me.
I have
Yeah.
faith in you, Valev. I wouldn't have asked.
And plus, Gulsha has his flying carpet, so that's
Oh, that's true. He could get us up there with the flying carpet. Never mind.
Yep, he can take
100 gold
two
pieces a
others
ride.
on
Yeah,
top
sure.
of
I need to get
himself.
some money
so-
out of this.
100 gold pieces of rock.
Yeah.
Start getting all
Oh my
mercenary.
gosh.
Like, I need to make some cash
Oh
here.
my God.
You know,
You realize
Templars,
you make like
Templars don't feed themselves,
Godly
man.
amount.
That's
They're
right.
expensive to feed.
much
Valev
money
just
do you
walks
make?
by and gives you 10 platinum.
Being in the hand of a god is like not a rich
Like,
man's game.
You
You
never
gotta make
want
some
to
money.
Get your carpet out.
richest
Get your
people
carpet
Let's call
in
it a
the
donation to
whole
the
town.
church.
Just get your
100
carpet
gold
out.
piece donation to the church. Okay.
Take your carpet out. I give you 10 platinum.
I get that little alms bag. It's got a little handle on the bag.
You realize that you probably have more money than Lord Silverhand.
Yeah, I know. For now, until we come back and everything's destroyed and gone. It's like, oh, you come back to a lavascape. Oh, awesome. We own a lava field. All right.
Well, I
We own a
mean,
lava field.
We own a
If
lava
we-
field. We'll give tours.
if we spin it right, we could make money from a lava field. I mean, we could.
This is where Whist was. It's 400
I like
feet
how you
below
guys
us.
are like down in the mines, right? You just realized that the academy's been just completely gutted out, and
Right.
you're worried about profits. You guys are like gnomes.
No,
You're the
this
underpants
is-
gnomes.
This is
That's
the
it. You're the
players,
underpants
right? This
gnomes.
is not the characters.
We're not
Yeah,
gnomes.
we're just messing.
We're like we're
Um,
terrain, you know.
Well, let's follow this trail.
Step 1, step 2, step 3, profits.
Derek's got a good line on these guys. Let's follow him, see where it goes,
Okay.
and get to this thing.
Are
Now
you-
this part of the
are you
tunnel is
good,
a little
though?
bit. This part of the tunnel is a little bit more cramped. It forces you to walk more of a single file at this point.
Yeah.
I
I
still
will
have
go
the
in
highest
front.
perception.
Yeah.
I will go in front with my mile-long vision and my
Oh.
goggles of night vision.
Okay. And I'll also say, Valev, you're
Ooh.
not exactly between you and Derek. You could probably kind of be catty cornered to each other. Like Derek is slightly to your left, and you're slightly to his right, and kind of using the space to shimmy forward. The cavern is maybe 6 feet tall. It's even you could hear the back of Ghost kind of scraping against the tunnel slightly as full size now. Dudley's not exactly a fan. But the real question is, are you guys trying to be stealthy still?
Yes.
Yes.
Then I need fresh stealth rolls from everybody, please.
We still have pass
the
without
animals.
trace on.
Yep, plus 10.
I did not get any. I did 20.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I crit.
Ooh, but I did.
I got a 27
I
this
quit
time.
too.
It's not as high as I got last time, but yeah.
I got a
it's fine.
24. I got a 24.
Okay.
I got a 27.
33.
32.
Nice.
Derek gets a
32.
30, and Dudley gets a.
Oh, yeah. Ghost.
Dudley also gets 30 because he got a 17. No, wait, more than that actually. 17 plus 8 plus 10.
35.
35.
I am never.
Dudley got a 35, and I got a 30.
Never this stealthy.
Apollo, what'd you
She
get?
must really be at home underground.
Apollo, what'd you get?
I got a crit fail with 23.
Crit fail with a 23. That's pretty funny.
Ghost gets the plus 30 or plus 10 too, right?
Yeah, it's everybody within a certain radius
So-
of me.
Ghost got a 30.
Okay. So you guys are doing surprisingly well. It's a tight fit, but as you travel for the next 30 minutes through this tunnel, you're suddenly in an unfamiliar cavern. From this point, you remember the tunnel should have kept going until you would expect to find where the rope may be dangling down from the above mining entrance. But you're now in a 120-foot diameter cavern. There are a series of small tunnels going off in different directions, but to your left is a larger tunnel that looks to be recently excavated. And you can see that it's been dug out and it descends down into darkness.
Fireballs of darkness.
Which way the drag marks go?
Yeah, which way does it?
The drag marks go to the left.
If I'm going to inspect the markings on the ground to see what caused it, because was this caused by monstrosities at all? Mainly the purple worms. Is there
I'll give it to you because your passive is so high.
Okay.
You get the feeling that thousands of individuals hand dug this out.
The question is, did they put any...
Whoa.
Arena, do you still have Detect Magic up?
No, it only lasts for 10 minutes.
I'm wondering what they...
I
Because
want
that
it-
tunnel that just goes straight down is also kind of weird.
It doesn't
I
go
want it-
straight down. It's at an angle. It descends down.
I want to
We gotta
invoke
go
my
that
ball
way.
vision.
That's
What
where
now?
the tracks go?
Yes.
Yeah.
I said I want to invoke my ball vision.
Ball vision.
That's what I'm calling it.
Hey, Enigma.
Okay.
Hey, Enigma. True sight. It gives me true sight.
Howdy.
Yeah.
My ball vision.
He goes, I subscribe. Thank
Ball
you.
vision.
Yay,
Okay, so they
subscriber.
took the astrolabe and all the materials down that way, and then the tunnel to the mine is that way, basically.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are other tunnels branching off that aren't quite as big as the one to the left. It's almost like they were exploring for something here, and they settled on the one to the left. And who knows how long it's been here? It's hard to tell for sure, but clearly thousands of individuals dug this space out. But you do see that the tunnel ahead of you is the familiar one. You know if that goes for another 30 minutes, and then you'll be at that point because you can see it's gradually going upward. And you get the feeling you'll be at that point where the rope should be hanging. I mean, you're even thinking if you climb up there, you might see the skeletons of the horses that were left behind.
Oh,
Yeah, we left our horses to die. They'll be undead. You left us.
Probably. I am totally expecting to see some vengeful horse monstrosities coming after us.
Yeah. Tier 4
I could
lich
make,
horses. No.
I could reanimate them, and then we could have skeleton horses.
And for you, Derek, that feeling of just thousands of monstrosities only gets more kind of like purposeful looking down into that darkened tunnel.
Yeah. Which way did we want to go? We wanted to go into the...
But the astrolabe and everything went down that...
Correct.
The tunnel going down. That's one of our goals.
So that's where we have to go.
That. And that's probably where they took the weave flower as well and stuff.
Probably.
Maybe.
Well, they used the weave flower with the astrolabe to try and... Well, to partially reactivate the weave.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's probably where's what's messing with our magic.
Mm-hmm.
So if we want to fight
down.
the rest of them at full strength, we're going to have to go down that way.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
We're going down.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. Squirrely rat. Squirrely rat.
And I will keep my I will keep my sense up to make sure, because I know that we were told there's a bunch of purple worms everywhere. So I'm going to say this: we're going to have to be extremely cautious.
The one thing you get. Go ahead, Vlad. Sorry.
I was gonna go ahead and summon Sparky in his imp form.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He could turn invisible.
Okay.
And you can fly.
And he can
so
fly.
He doesn't have to touch the ground.
So, well, he's also immune to fire.
He's even better than Dax. Yeah.
So I'm gonna send him down ahead of us, keeping a telepathic link.
The whole time that all of you are organizing your thoughts, trying to prepare what to do next, the earth tremors never stop. They're there. You actually, for Gulshaw, Derek, and Arena, this room now suddenly makes sense. This is where the effigy was.
Yeah, this is where
you walked through that cavern.
The big giant mouth
of the World Eater.
Yeah, the World Eater. It's gone now.
It's no longer here. It's been completely...
So they excavated it.
Excavated and carved out.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was trying to get to
it. Right. Somewhere up
move...
and out and further out would be Turcasta's lair. So that's much further from here.
Right.
And there was the giant foot of the other...
That was by Turcasta's lair. That's in Turcasta's lair.
Correct.
Well, it used to be. The Titan used to be in there. Or I'm assuming it was the same Titan we saw that fought the fought Scorch. And this is gone too because it either was not here because the portal that opened up over the forest was from a different time.
Yeah.
So it was never here, or they excavated it and animated it and put it through the portal. But I think it's coming from I don't think
coming from a different time. Yeah, right. I think, or a different timeline.
Right.
I think they used the knowledge of the one that was here to tap into the one that was in a different time.
Right.
Or timeline.
Something's going on. Anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one by one, you gather yourselves. You begin to carefully descend down into the tunnel. We'll run with the stealth checks that you just made. The surface of this space once again matches the cavern that you came from, as if thousands of bare hands just dug this out. There's a couple things you begin to notice. It's not as warm anymore. It's beginning to get a little bit cold. You go down this tunnel for 10, 15, 20 minutes, continues to go down and down even further. There's a great kind of tremor that runs through. The walls crack slightly. But about 100 feet in front of you, a glimmer. A faint reddish and green glow beginning to kind of emanate into the space that you're in. As all of you kind of stop at the end of the tunnel's conclusion, and now you are looking straight down into a massive cavern, so massive you can't even see the walls or ceiling. It's just this great expanse in front of you. There are sounds emanating from below, like the sound of wet skin and meat being dragged across cavern walls. As all of you kind of look down, you watch as thousands of blank-looking stares just immediately look up in your direction. There may be 200-300 feet down below, but the green kind of red arcane energy emanating upwards kind of lights it all up for you, so you can see their heads all turn up in your direction. Looking around this expanse, the very center, you can see something move, and as it moves, those tremors return. You feel things kind of shake slightly. Hovering in the very center of this space, you can see a small point of white light twirling in a 360-degree kind of turn. Derek, you might have to mute yourself because I'm picking up your background. You can see where this flower is spinning. Very small, infinitesimal in size. And it's glowing with this like resistant white energy pulsing off of it. And you can just see tendrils of arcane energy shooting out from below. And as it crashes into the cavern walls, you watch as dozens of the creatures looking up are immediately absorbed up, and they dissipate up into the arcane energy and are gone. And now you can hear the sound of flesh moving. You watch as just for a moment the flower disappears as something very large undulates right past by it and lands back down below. You can hear something kind of like adhere onto the cavern wall. You watch as this huge fleshy creature pulls itself up and then falls back down, and you can see just piles of individuals kind of plume up and kind of body parts spinning off in different directions. All of you hover at this tunnel, taking all of this in around you.
Let me ask you a question. Looking at where we've went and where that door is that has all the lava behind it, if we were to break that door down, would the flow down into here?
You've come up.
So we've come up. That's not going to work. And shoot.
No, we went to the descending tunnel. The one that the astrolabe was being taken
It went up, and then now it's descending back down.
Correct.
So it'd be like trying to flood an anthill. Some of it's going to get flooded, but some of it wouldn't be flooded. It's like those little kids trapped in the mind.
Well, okay. There was the original idea that Valev had as well about trying to get the volcano to collapse. Mm-hmm. That is at 12,000 feet. That's still higher than where you are. You guys are roughly about 5,000 feet.
So couldn't we send the worm to drill a hole from the side of that cavern down, and then just have it drill up to the lava, and it'll be destroyed, but it would make a lava tunnel, and it would just spill into here.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are kind of lingering in this space, having this conversation
very quietly.
Fair enough. And you hear a sound like, as you look, there's a small tunnel off to your right, as hundreds of shambling individuals are now plunging headlong down into the massive flesh pit below, and you just hear wet meat smack and pile up, and then you watch as that huge form surges slightly and collapses on top of where those individuals just fell into the pit.
Okay,
does it look like they're being absorbed into the body of the huge mass, or does it look like the mass is destroying them?
It looks like they're being absorbed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we go down there, will we have to compete with the hundreds of thousands of whatever bodies
shambling forms?
Yeah, shambling
it fills
forms,
up
or
the
is it
entirety
just
of the
a one
space.
big one?
The only thing that's not immediately connected to anything is that small flower floating in the very center of the cavern.
Okay, so
which is the flower that
I could try.
Yeah, I'm going to say this, Gulshad. Do you think you can?
I'm going to try to use.
I'm
going to try to make a rush for it on the carpet then, if that's all right with you.
We're going to have to. You're going to need a distraction.
I could just send Sparky invisible. Whatever he holds when he's invisible is also invisible.
Well, I have a feeling that.
Oh.
There's probably a barrier.
I don't think it's going to be that easy. I think there's going to be some type of anti-magic, or it's going to have an issue because it's drawing. To me, it looks like is the arcane energy going into the flower, right?
No, every now and then the flower pulses out.
Okay.
And when it does, tendrils of energy strike out into the cavern walls, and then it draws from the flesh pit below and sends these individuals out, shooting outward. I'll say for those of you familiar with the portal effect, you feel like you found the origin of the portals. This is where whatever they've been working on, whatever they've assembled, they've tapped into something here, and they're now using the essence of the weave to send things out. But you're not sure if it's a matter of where or when.
What about the astrolabe? Do I see that?
You do not see any sign of that in the space.
Or the owl.
Although the space is quite large, it could be anywhere.
How far away is the flower? And
about maybe 500 feet.
And then would that thing look like it's going to reach me, or is it below the flower?
It's already blocked it. It's so massive that when it's kind of like tidal waved up to kind of crash in on itself.
Okay.
That's the only way you could even see it, is because it blocks that arcane light for a moment when it kind of waves up and then comes back down.
All right. Well, I don't know. I'll try to get it.
Before you do that, I have a question. So, using my knowledge of the terrain that we've done so far, if we were to go back to where the doors were that were holding in the lava flow, if we were to use the worm to create a tunnel going not exactly into this space, but just before it, could I probably plan that out?
You get the feeling that as simple a construct as the creature is, without guidance, it wouldn't quite know what to do. This is a sophisticated plan. This is a sophisticated plan that you're assembling here. This is an undead construct.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking like me and Arena, and then Gulshad probably go back there, and then I'll guide her, and she can command the worm what to do.
On the direction to go.
Yeah.
Where to put the tunnel.
Because I can always find both spots. I know where they're at, and I know how to, and I'll know where the worm needs to go to get there. But I need the ability to, and then we can blow the doors, and then have the worm break through, and just cascade the lava flow into here, and also collapse the tunnel.
But is the lava flow going to bury or damage the flower? Or even if it doesn't damage the flower, we can't get it then because it's in the lava.
I have an
That's
idea.
where Golsha comes in. As soon as the lava flow starts coming in, I think whatever this is going to have more to deal with than just us.
Well, yeah, but there's likely a barrier, some arcane barrier over the flower.
I have an idea we could try.
Before you voice that, anybody overhearing Arena is free to make an Arcana check when she says that. Something about a barrier.
Kai, that'd be you too.
Yeah, right. Very funny, Golsha.
I got an 18.
Magic is done with cards.
We seem to need to get up into the upper 30s to succeed on things now. So I don't know.
I got a
Welcome
nat 20.
to tier 4.
Nice.
I got a nat 20, but it's also a -1 to Arcana,
Yeah,
so 19.
I got 23.
Okay. I think yours is the highest roll, right, Kai?
I think so.
Yeah.
Was
Okay.
it? Yeah.
I think so. Staring in the direction of where that flower is hovering out there, and listening to everyone talk around you, and just before Golsha launches into a possible plan, there's a couple things that suddenly strike you. One, if there was a barrier there, then the arcane sense or the arcane energy that's igniting wouldn't be able to ignite. You know through your own studies that arcane requirements are unique to you in the sense that you've always practiced the art of infusing arcane energy into objects because that's the limit of your control. If this gift that was given to Apollo is truly contains the capacity to bring back the stability of the weave, you get the feeling that there's a connection between the beast below and the way that the arcane flower is being kind of bastardized or being forced to do things it doesn't know that it has the capacity for. And the two things are connected. You get the feeling that part of this plan makes sense, but there's an inherent danger to anybody that touches that flower while it's being anchored by the flesh pit down below. There is a weird arcane energy pulsing in this space, and it has you concerned. Go ahead, Golsha. That's for her to internalize and do whatever she wants to do with it, but you can go ahead with your plan.
I mean, I could go out.
Yeah, no, she's gonna stop you and tell you all of that because, yeah, it's kind of like the way I do my magic, in the way that it's kind of like they're connected, but in a bad way instead of a good way, and it will hurt you.
Do we have a way to separate them? Is this magic? Is it a curse? What is it?
So if we were to have the lava go down in there,
some sort,
and the lava destroys that thing, it'll break the connection. Then we can go get the thing and get out.
We have to sever the flower's connection to whatever it is first before we can take it. And I think our best chance would be if Arena or Kai could do that.
Does it look like the flower is on the ground, or is it kind of hovering up above?
It's floating in the air.
I could try and grab it with Thorn Whip.
We need
a 500-foot.
It's 500 feet away.
What if we found?
No, here's what I'm trying to get to.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we flow the lava in, this is a huge pit. Up above the pit is where the flower is. The huge thing's right there. It's covering everything. But when it starts to take damage from lava, and all the stuff in there starts to take damage from lava, and those things down there are feeding the flower, and it starts to not feed the flower, there'll be a break. Then we can zoom in and get it. And if it doesn't work, I'll give Arena the refraction cube, and she can reset. And we can try again.
I love this plan. I don't see anything that can go wrong with it. I want to ride with Ghost on the carpet.
I want to think about something.
charisma save.
All I can think
right?
is that Rick and Morty where he has that freaking remote. Anyway,
Yeah, I know.
It's a charisma save, right?
yeah.
Well, first of all, it requires
Attunement.
it requires attunement.
Right. Well, I could take it. It's no big deal. But
If we knew where the astrolabe was, would there be some way to use? Because we have the gem, the astrolabe that goes into the astrolabe. It's one of the pieces, and then we have the refraction cube.
See,
which
we
is
need
also another part.
Right. What we need is the flower. We already have the astrolabe.
Yeah, because
We
the
have it
astrolabe
already because it came into existence.
in the.
So whether or not they
school.
have one, it doesn't matter. We're looking for the flower to take back.
That's
We can use
packed in with,
all the things
right?
we have. We can use back there because
Yeah,
the,
we have copies
all
of
the
that
items are there.
in the shit. What's it called? The
Is that
school
right,
or
Jay? We saw
Well,
all
yeah,
those items
because-
in there, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't spend much
the
time doing
academy.
exploring.
Astral Academy. We we verified that was all there.
Yeah.
In that
So, I mean,
case, could you?
All we have to do is
spell-
get that and get back over there, and then mess
And
with
we
it
can
there,
restore the weave.
Yeah.
and then restore
We
the
don't
weave
need
from
the
there.
copies. We don't need the copies that they have.
All right, then. Could you dispel the magic
We
around the
fixed
flower
that.
to try and break it away from that thing? Then.
I don't.
Maybe with both of us casting
Well,
it might help.
I don't
know.
think it's necessarily a thing that you dispel. It's like it's the creature's attunement to the flower.
So we have
That's
to
what
kill
it
the
sounded
creature
like to
then.
me.
Arena, you get a D10 of inspiration for that one.
Woohoo!
Well, that's what I'm saying. Use the lava to kill this
Yeah.
thing,
The girl.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to kill the creature.
or at least
then.
help us kill it, and have it do a massive amount of damage to it.
You know what? Actually, what if we? Because there's another cave or cavern alongside us where the shamblers are coming from, right? That are feeding this thing. What if we poured the lava into that and it flew? It would still flow into this chamber, but it would also block off it would also block the flow of the shambling monsters that are currently falling into the tunnel.
Was that a tunnel that formed, or was that a?
It's a tunnel that's already there.
Okay.
If we bring the lava here, any shambling things that fall into the lava are going to get destroyed. I mean,
That's what I'm
falling
thinking.
into the
If we can get
lava.
the lava down there, that's going to help us out a lot.
we can't touch it though.
We can't touch what?
The lava.
Yeah.
Dur.
Yeah.
Lava hurts.
Yeah, but
That's-
he
I
said it was
can.
like 200 feet down. We've
500.
got 500 feet. That's a big cavern that's 500 feet deep. That's going to be filling up with lava. We'll have plenty of time to do what we need to do. And if the minimum, it'll destroy the flower too. We don't have to worry about it.
Well, the blank stairs and everything, I wrote it down, was 200 to 300 feet below us, and the flower is about 500 feet away from us. But
Yeah.
it's floating above the ground.
You
Yeah,
don't even
it's-
see the ground.
You
Yeah.
don't-
Well, we
it's-
saw the blank stairs.
Yeah, you're assuming that that's all part of the flesh pit down below.
Right.
So I think that's going to work.
Flesh pit. That just sounds like
This
Never
is
mind.
this is a long plan. This is something that's going to take us a minute to do. Like,
Well,
I
if
think
you
it'll take more
cast-
than a
if-
minute, but yeah.
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 Well, if you
longer than a minute. I know that.
now,
but I mean,
now, if you turned everybody into like air, they could fly over there with the worm and control the worm. Doesn't take an action. It doesn't take an action to use to control the worm. That's
Where do
300
we...
feet of, yeah. So I know it's a 6th level spell and all.
Well, right now the worm is in the necklace.
Yeah, get it out of the necklace.
Well, I'm going to spice this up for you because I like the direction this is going.
Okay.
This is quite literally your final milestone before the end of the arc.
yeah, I kind
Oh,
of
great.
figured that.
Yeah, we're
What?
trying to figure out
Destroying-
something
destroying
We're
the
only
spectacular
gonna
to
get to
do.
level 18. We're not even gonna get the full cap.
No, the
No,
the
remember that's what
milestone.
he said.
The milestone is retrieving the flower.
Yeah.
So
I can tell you this much: once you figure out how to retrieve the flower, the final battle takes place in Whist. The choices that you guys have made,
Yeah.
because you've left the other avatars intact, and you're basically pulling the rug out from underneath their feet with this plan. Yeah, this is going to be fucking epic.
So I think
Nice.
that's the best bet.
I have
Yeah,
it in my.
I think I have an
my
idea.
notes that
Me and Arena should head back to the doors. You guys will secure the area around here. We'll use the worm to burrow a tunnel between that spot and the cavern that the shamblers are coming out of.
we have to try and time the worm's movements to the tremors of the creature. That way, they're not really detectable, unlike what we're doing, because it's already shaken. So, hey.
Because of the way this plan's coming together, everybody make an insight check for me as you
Insight into the
start
mountain.
thinking about probabilities and possibilities.
Oh, shit. That dice disappeared into somewhere I don't know.
I blame Kevin.
Oh, not bad.
Okay, so
18.
I got a dirty 20.
I got, what is my insight? It's probably negative. Okay, hey, it's not negative. I got a 22.
24.
9.
Apollo,
I'm not
what'd
even
you
gonna
get?
flash of genius myself for that.
I got 20.
As a group, and Kai, I would recommend you Flash of Genius.
Flash of
Okay,
genius
I'll flash
yourself,
of
guys.
genius
Flash of
myself.
genius yourself.
14.
Just gotta get, yeah, you just need to get higher than a
Okay.
10 to
14.
kind of match with the group.
Okay. Okay.
For all of you, it's
Not
the
a problem.
lack.
I got one to use.
It's the lack of things in your way. Regardless of whatever that thing was that Gulsha took care of, you have yet to run into anything else up to this point. You get the feeling that the avatars are very preoccupied at this point, which strikes a tone in regards to what Scorch and Max had in mind. There's something else unfolding that you don't know what's going on, but it's the only possible explanation for the fact that you've been left unmolested up to this point. There's been no great mass of anything coming after you. You get the feeling nobody knows you're here.
Like two hobbits slinking through Mordor.
All right, with that, I think I have a plan. So,
Two hobbits slinking through Mordor.
if we're going to do the magma plan,
Lots of
have the
walking.
thing come into the space and start taking out the shamblers and hopefully help distract whatever that is in the middle of the room. When we break through, we're going to have to make it to the flower, kill whatever that is to get manage to grab the flower, and then Valev, this is probably going to be your main thing. I don't know how bad it's going to get. You're going to need to save your cloud form for us to book it out of here, because this whole place is probably going to end up coming down on top of us.
Okay, the cloud form takes a minute to cast, and it takes a minute to revert to clouds. It's not a snap.
It's fine.
I'm just, it's not.
Oh. Well, either way, we're going to have to... So we're all agreed,
Get out
though.
of here.
Yeah, either way, we're going to have to book it out of here. So we're going to flood this place with magma?
Well, if
We have to find a safe
another way
place to put us.
you can think about it too is, okay,
This is a big
see
cavern.
the tunnels going like this and up here and down or whatever, down below or whatever is the door. We don't have to go through that door.
Yeah, no.
It could burrow in another way, so we do still have an escape route with all the magna being
Yeah,
reverted,
we don't want
Yeah,
it to
diverted
come
into
through
here.
the tunnel we're
We can
in.
still get out of our tunnel.
Mhm.
Yeah, that we still have, because that's what I'm saying. We're
And
gonna
then go up those ropes that you were
'cause
talking about. the horses
we're not
were.
burrowing. We're not going to burrow into the tunnel we're standing in right now. We're going to burrow
Right.
into the one that the shamblers are coming in, and that's where the magma will flow in.
Right,
So
and then
And I would
What- and
say
that's gonna
every
while
10
to-
minutes, the flesh pit reacts to a fresh marching of creatures down into it. The arcane light sparks around the flower. Tendrils,
So
arcane energy.
to me, what it sounds like is another thing too we could do is just real quick have that thing plug that hole, because it feels to me like it's using up these flesh monsters to power
it's
for the magical power, and they need to keep feeding it and feeding it. If we were to disrupt the feeding, that would help, but that might have an eye look at us. That's a problem, but it's another thing we can think about.
It is true.
Well,
if
the
we
lava
fill
is
this-
coming from
we
a
fill
different
this
tunnel.
full
They're
of
going to look
lava.
at that tunnel.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah,
if
it's
we can
gonna
get the
fill up all
lava
the
flowing through
feeding.
there, and we break that magical energy, we swoop in and get that thing, and then take off. Take a minute to cast it while the thing's filling up with lava. Then we can take off in cloud form and make it back to Whist. That's to me, that's a good plan.
We still have to kill this thing in order to get the flower.
Yeah.
No, not
Maybe.
necessarily, because the
Yeah, we
lava is
have-
going to do a massive amount of damage, and I can throw at the same time. I can throw that idol, and I can have a fire
Those
elemental
of you
attack.
that
Already
cast
through the
spells get the feeling that this thing has to concentrate. I'll give that one for free.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
but
of this,
we have
So
to
it has to
potentially
concentrate on
break
it.
its attunement to the flower.
Okay, so
In
we
order
can
to
collapse
grab it.
that side tunnel
yeah.
and then
Or
stop
its
the flow of
concentration.
creatures.
But that might see. The thing is, by that time, it might decide, hey, the creatures aren't coming through. Something's wrong, and they might start looking for us. If the lava just starts pouring in,
And
that
lava
no matter
has, like,
it doesn't matter how many
100
creatures fall into it, there's still going to be lava in there. So they're just
Yeah.
going to fall into the lava.
And the lava does 100, damage per 6 seconds.
And then we can
That's a
send
lot.
my fire elemental in there to really fuck with it.
I thought you
And
already
then-
cast your fire elemental for today.
No.
Never mind. I don't
Yeah.
remember
Reset.
anything.
Reset.
Yeah.
What am I saying? What am I saying? Never mind.
Yeah.
It happened in one of our in one of the times that I was in. It happened.
All right. So should
Never
we?
mind.
One of
Should
the
we head back
timelines
to
of
the-
the loop.
Well,
Should
we
we
have
head
to
back to
have
the-
the worms start the tunnel here and then make it go that way because it's going to end up going into the lava. Right?
No, I was saying we head back to where the tunnel, or where we know if we break through the doors. So we're not gonna use the worm to smash through the doors and then start digging a tunnel there. No, we're gonna dig a tunnel in that space between the doors and the
I know
wall.
what she's saying though. So that the last thing that thing has to do is break that hole in, and then it'll rush all down the tunnel you guys already made.
Okay, I get
See what
you.
I'm saying? Like
But
you make the
if we
tunnel
do
to
that-
it, break in, then it flows through.
Right, but if we do that, then we're all the way over there, and the lava's coming, and it'll beat us here, and we won't.
Yeah, but it's
be
not going to
here
come down the
when-
same. You'll make a totally
No,
different
that's-
tunnel for it.
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh.
We're going to be all the way over there. The lava will travel faster than we can,
Okay.
and then we won't be here to see what's going on with the creature in the flower.
Okay.
So we won't know until we get
Chultians.
back. How long does it take?
This is still a large area. I mean, you've already explained
I mean,
half a
at
dozen
this
times
point,
about
we're going to
how
have
big
to
this area
Dash.
we're going to
gonna
have to
have-
split the party up. This is the way it's going to have to be. You're going to have your part to play, and then we'll try our best to get
Gulshaw's going to have
going.
to stay here with
As long
the.
as I don't die, I think I'm good.
Maybe we should cast the air bubble thingy, ghost. I mean, cloud fart thing.
really.
That was like 20 descriptions that none were accurate. That's awesome.
Cloud was totally accurate.
Because we know the way back is clear, and we only need me and Arena to work the worm, to build it, to make the tunnels
Right,
where we
right.
need.
Don't even, Callista.
to work the worm. We need Callista. Need Arena to work the worm. I got it.
And then because by the time, we'll all end up back here. If Shaw, Valev, Kai, and Apollo stay here while me and Arena make the tunnel, it should. We'll end up back here because we're going to be traveling with the worm over here, and then we can just break off at that point.
If we need to fight, you can revert back to normal form or whatever.
Yeah.
You take 10 rounds, but you could do it.
What are these rounds he speaks of? The fourth wall just fell.
Then
this is us. This is us figuring out how to do this shit.
Stone wall. I can.
So
fix that
you could
fourth
get
wall.
back here, but then you still got to. Even if you did it, even if you did it with air, you're still gonna have to travel.
I love the look on Valev's face. She's just like,
It's like, y'all are spending my 6th level slot just like willy-nilly.
Okay, I have a feeling that somewhere in another world, there's only 30 minutes left to get this done. So let's go, guys. We got to be ready for 2 weeks from now. We got to wait 2 weeks to get this done.
Planned. 30 minutes.
We might actually need Valev because he could break open the doors when it's time for the magma to come through.
Yeah, but you don't have have to break through the doors. You just have to break through the tunnel where the doors are at.
Yeah,
so
not reliable.
What if we get the tunnel prepared?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And then we come, and then
Valev, give me a survival check during this conversation.
I think we're making it too difficult.
Probably. So we
Yeah,
get the
that's
tunnel
literally
prepared.
what I've been saying the whole time. Prepare the
And
tunnel,
then-
23.
and then bust it.
So for you,
And then
Valev,
come
as you're
back.
listening to this conversation go on around you, it's almost as if the basic idea of construction and underground mining is not really a subject matter here for everyone else. You happen to know for a fact that the thinnest point is going to be the door.
Yeah.
Those cavern walls are probably the thickest points. It could take a lot longer to get through the walls versus getting through the door.
Yeah, the door's going to be fastest, and considering the time that I spent as a giant mole when I dug those tunnels and did the whole thing with Max's body thing.
What tunnels did you do? What
Okay,
did you
you're
do
right.
with Max's body? What?
You're right.
What?
Let's do that, Valev.
You did
The-
what with Max's body?
The undead tomb. Silverhand's tomb.
Yeah, I know, but did we know that he went back as a mole and, put shit back? Because I don't think
that's
we
right.
knew.
Oh yeah, he stuck away and did that.
Yeah, he snuck away and didn't tell
You
us.
did what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? man? You're
Nobody
getting yourself in
thought
trouble.
that.
I was wondering if anybody was going to pick up on that or not.
Oh, that's funny. That's right.
So I didn't
forgot.
even mention. I just said so based upon my
Yeah.
time as a mole and like digging those tunnels and stuff that night.
When were you a mole?
These are
When
definitely
were you
going
a
to be the thinnest parts of the way to like break through to that lava is the doors themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay, well.
what we're gonna have to do is make the tunnel from the doors to the cavern where the shamblers are coming in. We're gonna have to bust in the doors, allowing the lava to flow in, which will collapse the mountain. We're gonna have to get the flower, and then we're gonna have to flee back up through the mines.
Are you
the
using your middle finger just to point? I mean,
No,
just
my pinky.
question. Okay, just question.
My pinky
it
and
looked
my
like your
thumb.
middle finger.
His telephone hand.
Yeah. And
Okay,
then we're gonna have
sorry.
to book it up through the tunnels out the
Well,
mines, the mine
fortunately-
shafts that we got.
Fortunately, wind walk allows us to go through very small
It does.
spaces.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So even if it were collapsed, as long as there's a way that air can get through, we would still be
And-
able to.
We
get
just
out.
go up the way where the horses went, and go out the mines there, and head over to Whist.
You mean the horses
Exactly.
that are?
Or dead that are
Are
undead
dead,
lich horses
that
that,
are-
Yeah,
that
that's
hate
what it
us
is.
because we
Are-
left them
are
there to
dead
die.
lich
Yeah, there's like 6 undead lich horses up there plotting
That
their
does.
revenge against humanity. Yes, that little one.
How
I
many
want
of you
to
gonna?
kill that one first.
How many of us
I
are you
have
going to kill? And
nothing
they
to do with
slam
this.
their hoof.
Well, I mean, I
All
have
of us.
Awaken and Reincarnate and a couple other fun ones that Arena's
Yes, the one that was
Had
obsessed
nothing
with the
to do with it.
Yes, I want to kill that one first.
All right. So should we break up? Should we break up or should we go back as a group and start digging out the tunnel?
Yeah,
Sure.
All All
I
right.
thought that's what the worm was supposed
I
to
don't
do.
know.
I
I
thought the
thought y'all
worm's gonna
guys
do
were
that.
going to.
I ain't
Well,
I
gonna
thought
she
y'all
has
was splitting
to-
up.
Ho ho.
Arena has to
yo,
be
ho.
there to control the worm.
5 years later,
Mhm.
we did it, guys.
And then I
As you guys
be
come out to
there.
the surface, the great Lich Horse looks at you. I
Yeah.
knew you were still
That's right.
here.
I run this world.
Well, Arena
Like,
has to
damn,
command
bitch.
the worm, and then I have to be there in order to tell her where to make it go.
Right.
Well, I
So-
mean,
it's
you get
you
the.
two.
So I'll tell you this much: the complexity of the plan demands at least some kind of guidance for the creature to understand what to do. Arena's a natural fit because it's under her control, right? But anybody who goes with Arena, who's knowledgeable of survival skills, would probably give her advantage on her efforts. So either Valev or Derek are capable of that. So it's at this point, you
and
guys have a
Derek's the one
good
that has the innate knowledge of where point A and point B are.
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. He's definitely more knowledgeable from the standpoint of the terrain and the expectation of the terrain. But so far, Valev's been very insightful in regards to
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
how the
So we
terrain's
take-
going to react to
so
what
we
you
take-
do.
Both of them, and they give me triple advantage.
Doesn't work
perfect.
that way, but nice.
I know.
And because of that, I take away your inspiration.
I don't think.
It definitely works that way, right?
I like how he's like, nah, you don't.
Yeah, I don't
Fuck you.
No.
The girlfriend
It's got no
commands
best.
the
He's the
DM.
only one who's got that.
No, baby, and no.
You make that roll with disadvantage? No.
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 Oh,
I give
okay.
myself fellatio with it.
Oh, okay, honey.
All right.
Roll for initiative.
So
Don't mess
let's
with the
put
privilege.
let's put this several hour-long plan into motion because this is not something that we can
How
do
much?
in-
How much health do you have? How much health do you have?
The DM or me?
So how much health do you have? I'm gonna roll some dice here.
Word to the wise.
You take that much damage.
Check ever.
You never tell the DM how much.
Never
health you
call a halfling a gnome. They never let
That's
it go.
Oh my gosh.
Unless she's a
oh my
gnome.
gosh. Sometimes,
gnome.
sometimes I was not. You're not joking. I was so grumpy last week. You're not joking.
Oh,
Even
I'm not
Jason was
joking.
like,
I've had-
Yeah, I was
I
like,
have two
and I
boys.
rarely ever like hide from her. She's normally kind of talking me off the ledge.
I'm gonna be in the goat pen.
Yeah.
All
he's
right.
like, oh
so
goodness, look, it's time to feed the goats. I'll be back.
All right, let's do it.
yeah.
All right.
Let's do this. Wonder Twin powers activate.
So with that in mind,
Wait, so what am I doing?
Arena-
You're going
So-
with me and Arena.
So
Do I
Arena,
have to break
Valev,
through a
and
door?
Derek. Arena, Valev, and Derek, based on the description of the plan, you're free to use whatever skill you choose to help this plan execute itself off. In the sense that the only unknown factor here is the sense of timing. With Apollo, Kai, and Gulshaw, what portion of the plan are you taking part in?
The waiting part.
Okay.
I think
So-
we're
Just kidding.
monitoring it. Yeah, with the waiting
Well,
part,
I
we're
mean,
monitoring what's going on.
It
down
is.
in
So
the
your
pit.
part's more of the timing.
and the
Supervising.
flower.
Yeah.
So for Gulshaw, Kai, and Apollo, you're going to
Supervising.
execute your portion of the plan based on when you see the lava flowing in,
Yeah.
or
well,
are you
like,
going to try to time it when you think you have an opportunity?
well, I'm gonna time it to when, like, maybe I see a break in the tendrils, a problem with the creature. It's battling. It's losing control of the plant. Then
Okay.
that's when I'll make my move.
I'm gonna point this out. When me, Arena, and Valev finish this off, we're gonna end up in the cavern with magma behind us, probably fighting this thing.
Yeah, we'll have
Do-
to just.
Do we want to cast Windwalk before we leave, Valev?
Yeah, we could, because you can after it's cast
Or-
on you, you can just have it. It
Yeah,
takes
for
a minute,
hours.
but you can. But even if we're split up, we could all turn into wind and leave.
Yes. It lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Or
Exactly.
So I think
and
that
you
would
can
be
turn back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
A good idea, unless there's some kind of weird anti-magic field that's out there.
I mean, I think the only thing, and it's not concentration, right?
It's not concentration.
Yeah.
My only thing is, it might
It's
be
8 hours. It doesn't say anything about back and forth.
Yeah, you can go
near
back
the
and
end of
keep
it.
reading
It should
it.
say
Near
that.
the end of
In
it.
the end of it, within 8 hours, you can. It takes you a minute to turn into wind or out of wind.
Because you have,
Or
the
maybe it
effect.
says end the effect. I don't know if you can turn
The
back
only
and forth.
Reverting
I believe
takes
you-
1 minute, during which time a creature is incapable and incapacitated and can't move. Until the spell ends, a creature can revert to cloud form, which allows, which
Right.
requires the 1 minute
Okay.
transformation. So,
Correct.
yeah,
Okay.
1 minute
So,
to
I'm
just thinking
transform,
it's
1
a
minute
way
to
for-
revert back and forth.
Even if we're not together, it's a way for us to get away
That
Right.
way we're
and,
ready.
and
Right.
regroup
Right.
So it'll just
That
be
sounds-
on us all for
for
8 hours.
If
And-
Burn that
Get
6th level
burn.
spell.
Then to
Well, if we
meet
get-
by the horse skeletons.
Well, you guys don't know where the horse skeletons are, so that's. a
I
hard-
do.
do.
But Golshaw
Well, Shaw
does.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Golshaw does.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll be
I
with
can
him.
get us out. I can get us out from
I'll
here.
be with him. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cloud
Yeah.
form
So
meet up
that's
by the
good.
skeleton
We've got
bodies.
one knowledgeable
The
person
skeleton
in our
bodies-
group.
that we have not verified that are still there.
Yeah, but if anything, everybody make their way to Whist. to the astral lathe.
The cloud form won't last to Whist.
Yeah, fair.
Either
I
way,
don't know.
we're
If we
gonna,
come out on that side, it doesn't.
That's
How long does it take? 8 hours?
fine. We-
Oh no! I mean, it only took you an hour or so to get from there up to here.
It's
And
still a
then how
2-day
far
travel.
from there? How far from the mining company to Jasper Mining Company
Oh,
to
you mean-
Whist?
2 days.
Oh! Look at your optimism. You think you're going to survive long enough to execute that part to make your way back? That's pretty.
Yeah.
oh, we
that's
need
pretty
a
optimistic.
plan.
Right?
We
But
are
we're trying
all
to
optimistic.
get a plan.
We have to be
For-
optimistic.
I know I'm gonna
It's
die,
your
I just wanna
job
die the
kill
right
us.
way.
It's our job to survive.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say that if you cast a spell now,
Mhm.
it's
Yep.
it's an hour to get back down to the starting point.
Mhm.
And then on the worm, maybe prosecute the plan for about 20 or 30 minutes. And then by the time, if you do successfully escape, you'll have about 6 hours left on the spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's enough to get you probably 3/4 of the way to Whist.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll plan to meet there, wherever
Depending
that
on-
would be, when we all can't contain ourselves as clouds anymore. We'll hope to be in the same place.
All right, let's break.
Windy Valev
Otherwise,
could,
we'll
could
meet
like,
up where we.
Unless Valev,
could
do you
like
have a
rest
different
on
way?
my little windy part, and he could like rememorize. The
Are you
spell.
good with this, Lev? I mean, you've been pretty quiet the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
What are we doing?
Oh shit! There we go.
Uh-huh.
That's Valev. There's the Valev I know.
All right.
There he is.
All right.
Except when he goes, yes, the magma level here, and
Yeah.
if we were to make, when I turned into a mole
All right.
and
Then.
dug some holes.
So
And played with Max's body.
Yes.
You just made that sound so
Just
dirty.
put it back. I just put the things that needed to be put back.
I'd like to point out we're literally going to kill 2 birds with a mountain.
Is that
No-
like shooting
no
a
pun
spider with a
intended.
gun?
To kill 2 birds with 1 mountain. There we go.
Kill 2 birds with 1 mountain.
The
Yep.
yeah, okay,
Well,
so
first we have to see about killing the birds.
We only have
So
15
do you
minutes
cast a
left.
spell, Valev?
Let's do it.
what's the one part that is not been cleared up is how the doors are being broken in order to let the lava flow
The
happen.
worm.
No, because what we're going to do is make the tunnel first, and then Valev, you can use your fire elemental form, I guess, and just bust the door open, and then
I could
travel
summon
along.
one. I could turn into one. I could just be a fire elemental and somehow break through the door, maybe just through like strength checks, and then just ride the lava on down the slide, baby.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's dealer's choice if you
That's-
wanted to do that. How long does
That was literally my thought
Oh.
process. That's why I wanted to bring you. I'm like,
Dealer
and
choice.
it doesn't destroy the worm.
It's either that or
stupid
we have the
worm.
worm rush back up the tunnel that it creates and
I
then
don't
just
know if it's
smash through
faster
the
than the
door.
lava.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's faster than the lava.
Just turn into a worm
Well,
and create the hole.
It's a disposable worm. I'm thinking of it as a disposable, all right?
She isn't.
Now,
No,
the
it's
thing-
not, it's not so much that. If
interesting.
we don't have to destroy the worm, I don't want to destroy the worm.
Interesting
At
question.
this point, for
Yeah.
you, Arena, the only available option to getting Ghost out is in the necklace.
Right. No,
So-
Ghost can be gas too.
Yeah, he flew with us.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So interesting point.
Dog fart.
If I have that cast
Dog
on
fart.
me,
They're pretty
and
noxious.
then I wild shape into a fire elemental, can my fire elemental turn into gaseous flaming cloud?
Yes, I'm okay with that. 'Cause it's an 8-hour. It's an 8-hour duration spell. It doesn't
Does
signify-
everything I fly through catches fire?
kind
Because
of?
you can still maintain concentration on
Because
spells.
I would,
But
I
it's
would
not a
be,
concentration.
I know that's what I'm saying.
'Cause-
Since it's an
I
enchantment
know
Because-
effect, I mean,
disposable
it's
worm.
basically-
Don't you just love that term?
that wild shape would last for 5 hours, and I'd have to use both of my wild shapes to do that. So it's like if I'm gonna commit to being a fire elemental to do that, that's
Yeah.
gonna
Commit.
be my form for the rest of.
I don't
whatever
see why we
happens.
just don't have the worm burrow through the door and just die a glorious heroic
Well, that
death.
was
it's a
my- that
giant
was my-
purple-
Gulshaw,
Undead.
I was trying. All right, I was trying, but Arena doesn't want to get rid of it. So our
I
next
wasn't the
option
one. I was
is
the one
using
saying. I was
It
not
could
the
help
one
us in Whist.
saying.
Yeah,
It could help
that's
us
what
in
I'm
Whist.
saying.
And it's. I mean, it's gonna die eventually.
Yep, it could
It's
be
not
helpful
gonna-
in Whist. So let's save
I
it.
mean,
Well, if we have a problem with a fire elemental breaking the door
Not
down, then we're gonna have a problem
sacrifice
with the
it.
whole plan. So we gotta make sure that whatever's there, we have several different ways we can try to
So,
get through the door.
Valev, do you cast the spell?
Windwalk.
Yeah, I cast Windwalk on all of us.
Everybody
Ghost
has
is
it
out,
on.
So.
You
Okay.
can cast it up to
Up to
10
10
willing.
of us. Creatures.
10.
So all the
willing-
dogs, all the. Yeah,
All of us, and
all of us.
ironically, that can also include the purple worm if it was out here, but it's not. It's
No.
inside your neck.
It
No,
does
it's
not have
not-
the
it's
intelligence
not.
enough to be
Oh,
able
it
to
doesn't.
do that.
Never mind.
It can't.
So intelligence is basically a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, let me see. It's a undead purple worm. Its intelligence is a 1.
All right, that's even probably worse than when it was alive.
So,
It
No,
wasn't
it's got the same
follows.
stat.
in order to save my wild shapes, I'm just gonna go ahead and summon when we get to that point with the shield of elemental summoning
Okay.
instead of.
Well, how
me
long
doing
do
it
you
myself.
maintain the
Because
connection?
my thing
with
is,
that thing?
if it's holding back lava, what's a fire elemental going to do the door?
You could physically attack it,
Yeah.
like smash through, possibly.
Then
I
and
could
if
be
you
a
weren't-
stone elemental.
yeah, a stone elemental. You could use that.
I could be
I don't know.
made of sand, and then I just
mean,
turn
the
into
door's
just like
made
a
of-
glass elemental.
The door's made of granite, so that's the only reason why it hasn't failed yet.
Yeah.
But it's not going to last forever,
yeah.
It's already starting to show cracks.
which is
Okay.
the seepage of the lava already coming through the edges of it.
You're the
All right.
expert.
So
Well,
let's.
no, he told
According to
Derek
the
that it was
structural
already
foundation
starting.
of these of the doors here, it's definitely something
right.
that fists of fire.
Okay, let's get
and-
going because we have to do this in 10 minutes, guys. Come on.
yeah,
I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's.
All this
gonna
has to
be-
happen in
really-
10 minutes.
we're just.
All right,
gonna-
yeah.
Or it's 2 weeks until we get back and we're going to be like, where were we at? What were we doing? Did we take notes? Oh, shit, I didn't take notes.
It's going to be closer to. It's going to feel more like 30
3
years
weeks.
comparably,
Yeah, I know.
but so with that, Valev casts Windwalk. All of you have the effect.
Okay.
Whenever you invoke it to turn into it, it takes exactly 60 seconds for it to prosecute.
Mm-hmm.
The three
Yes,
of you
Eden
say your
Blades.
goodbyes to Gulshaw, Kai, and Apollo. They remain on the ledge of this portion of the tunnel. It takes you guys about an hour to make your way back. During that hour of going back, the passive perception of Derek keeps you out of any possible obstruction or intrusion. You find yourselves back after an hour within the intersection. Gulshaw and Kai and Apollo, while waiting, an hour goes by. Nothing changes. Things, the creature responds. The arcane energy prosecutes. The tremors continue. Valev, Arena, and Derek, you are now back at the intersection of where the granite door that stands 10 feet high, 10 feet wide, is blocking off the fire giant warren that is now completely filled with lava. This is now your part of the plan. Each one of you can choose any skill you want in an attempt to execute this first part of the plan. Keep in mind, somebody needs to influence the worm, somebody needs to assist Arena, and someone needs to kind of make sure that the timing matches with the expectation of what's about to happen.
All right. I'll help lead the worm if, Valev, you want to work out the timing. And then Arena's obviously got to control the worm.
Okay.
So what do I use to control the worm? Survival?
Whatever skill you think you're better at.
And I'll
help you.
I guess I'll use my
yeah, if you were there.
Take your highest skill and use that.
Yeah. I'll use perception.
That would be medicine or survival.
Survival, because you're
So we'll go with survival.
helping the worm.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me your survival roll.
Guiding the
Guidance.
worm. Ooh, guidance? That's
Yep.
a D4?
Guidance.
Sounds like a heavy metal song.
Guidance.
Gonna guide the worm.
My guidance goggles are on.
Okay.
I'm gonna help Arena.
I had advantage, right? Because I
Yeah.
was being helped.
Yes.
I rolled a 19 and a 20. I got a 2 on my guidance. So 22 plus 9.
31.
All right. And then
You guys watch as the worm comes into existence. You watch as Arena makes her way over to it. She places her hand on the worm and takes a few minutes to communicate the plan, give it a visual representation of what you're trying to accomplish, and the worm begins to understand. So is it supposed to start making the tunnel now in the direction of the flesh pit?
In the direction of the flesh pit.
Okay.
Yes.
You watch as it rears back, plunges into the side of the wall, and begins to grind in, and you can hear it just beginning to move forward and forward. Who's helping the worm continue this process?
that would be my part.
Okay. Arena will say you have informed the worm to kind of take guidance and understanding from the form that you call Derek. Derek, you're currently now
Guidance goggles.
on the side of it. Valev, are you moving with Derek or are you staying behind?
I cast guidance
Just-
on him while
You
he's
gotta
going and
bust
doing
the
his
door
thing.
It
down.
lasts a minute.
Yeah, but
you gotta bust the door down.
keep in mind, Derek has to stay with it all the way to the point of the flesh pit,
Oh, so guidance won't help.
or
him.
else it's going to get lost. The initial assist can be done with guidance as you tap onto Derek as he disappears with the worm
Yeah.
into the tunnels.
Mhm.
Okay,
So
that's
Derek,
it then.
pick your skill with guidance, with advantage.
All right, then let's do perception. I can't use
Oh,
my passive, can I? Or
No, this is a
no? All right,
this
then.
is a focused effort and attempt of a skill to help this happen.
Whew, shit, that's a good thing. Okay. Well, I still have a plus 16 to it, so
Okay.
18 plus 16, and guidance is a D4, right? And that's a 4. So 18 plus 16 plus 4 is I
So
don't-
38.
34, 38.
Yes, folks, after 41 years, fast math is a real thing. Valev, you and Arena are now left behind. There's just the granite door and the steady sound of the creature burrowing ever deeper and at the angle as the plan intended. What are you doing?
I'm gonna roll survival to see if, from the distance I know we traveled, or that I believe it would be to get back there, listening to how far away the worm sounds and approximately how fast I would know that it could dig to time it properly to when it's clear, but start breaking through the door.
Fair enough.
I can also sense how far away it is.
That also is really super helpful.
So that'll give you
that would
advantage.
be the advantage.
And you can guide yourself.
All of that really
Guidance,
difficult
I can guide
stuff
you.
that I was just doing.
Because you're wearing the
It
goggles.
just tells me it's clear, it's out.
Okay.
All
Go
right.
for it. Make the roll.
I can guide him too. Should I be clouds?
I mean,
you're gonna have to run from a lava flow. You might as
Derek,
well.
you're not there. You're gone.
we also didn't really stop to think that clouds are technically like water vapor, and water evaporates in heat. But you know what? That just makes us steam, and we'll fly even faster.
Yes.
Right, it makes us more slippery clouds.
Yeah, you should probably convert.
Okay, I'm gonna turn into it.
I'm gonna
Ghost,
see if there's.
Ghost, let's get you in the necklace. Ghost.
Is there anywhere that we can climb up to that's higher ground?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
No.
You're in a tunnel.
Okay.
We're in the tunnel. Well, but where there is a different tunnel that the lava is going to be directed to, right?
Well, there's the fire-worn tunnel that continues on. There's the tunnel that heads back upwards. And there's the new tunnel that the worm just made.
Gotcha. Okay, so I was just trying to figure out how I was supposed to do all this with the casting and everything. So I will summon the fire elemental through the shield.
The shield dissipates the charge. The greater fire elemental is now hovering there. You are now concentrating on it.
I have to concentrate when it's on this. When it's on the shield.
On the shield?
Yep.
I thought the item ones you didn't have to concentrate on. That's how all the. That's like with the staff. I don't concentrate on the summoning with the staff.
Right, but the staff is more powerful than the shield.
Ah. Okay. And I will give it instructions to, in a minute's time. So that way it gives us enough time to make that minute transformation into gaseous form.
Okay, so but you're
Should
timing
we-
it with the effort of Derek and the worm. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll say make your survival check with the D4 of guidance and with advantage because Arena's aware of how fast it's moving.
Oh, the first
Yeah.
one's a 15. That's pretty good. Second one's a natural 20 for 34 plus
Guidance.
2, 36.
Okay.
Can we have it
In
make a channel to like try and direct the lava to go towards the hole that we want it to go to?
I mean, that would have been,
That's part of what the worm was doing, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah. Okay.
the plan. I'm confused
Yeah,
by
Okay.
that statement.
I'm just making sure. So like, you know,
I'm like,
just making
did
sure
you
I
He
don't
just
wanna
wants to
get
make
hit by
sure
lava.
it's
Did you
not
just
going to
reset the plan?
follow them.
I just do not want to get hit by lava.
I
So
mean,
five-
I was halfway paying attention. I still
Yeah.
know the plan.
I don't want to get hit by lava.
10, 15, 20, 25,
He's just
30,
verifying.
35.
We're turning into gas. We're turning into gas.
At about the 35-minute mark, Arena, you sense where it might be. Derek, you watch as the worm begins to slow slightly and begins to crack at the very edge of the pit. Arena, you know it's there.
All right.
Okay. And it gets out of the way. Tell it to get out of the way.
It's
Where
going.
would you like to get out of the way of? Well, you're not
coming
there.
back.
At this point, the creature
Yeah.
gets to that point. It burrows just far enough to create an egress out, and it just sits there, just stays.
Well, it's following Derek's direction, so.
What would
All
you like
right.
it to do? Derek? Suddenly stops moving.
All right. Since I know that the
With your passive perception looking up and to your right,
yeah.
you can see where Gulsha, Kai, and Apollo are lingering near the cavern entrance. Gulsha, Kai, and Apollo, give me perception checks really quick.
Apollo's just chilling out here, like. Meh.
All right. I'm
Did I
gonna
read
have
some
it.
messages?
Since I'm still doing that, I'm gonna have it make an upward tunnel, so the lava doesn't so the lava will continue going down, sort of a slightly upward tunnel while hanging onto it towards the opening where all those tunnels branch off and connect, because that's higher up than the tunnel we made.
Okay, fair enough. You start doing that. It'll throw your timing off a little bit, but Gulshaw, Kai, and Apollo, what'd you get for perception?
I'm trying to save the worm arena.
11.
So that way,
I got a 20. I got a 23.
Okay, Apollo.
Yeah, I got 21.
Right, so both Gulshaw and Apollo, you can see about 500 feet below, at the very edge of your vision, a new opening come into creation. About 100 feet down below you, Derek, you can see this great fleshy mound that just goes off in all directions, ever expanding away from you. And these eyes immediately turn up to see you, and they just sit there, just kind of placid, opaque, rotted eyes and rotted faces. You can now see the base of the flesh pit begin to expand and move about. You can see the pulsing light, some 300 feet up in the center of the chamber. And then you command the worm up, and it starts to create that new tunnel back in the direction of where the excavation site was before coming back down towards Gulshaw, Kai, and Apollo. Valev, all of that is kind of naturally in your mind. You're not sure about where Derek is. You just know that the timing feels right about now. The fire elemental is sitting there swirling.
I'll tell him to bring the door down. I'll tell it. Don't know if it's a him or not.
It kind of rears back and
Fire element.
slams into the granite door immediately. You watch as it.
We're gas, by the way. We're gas.
Right.
Yeah.
Turn into your airwalking form, and repeatedly it begins to slam. You watch as great fissures and cracks. You watch as lava. One fountain of lava right through it as the granite just falls, cracks.
And
Everybody in the mountain
Just
feels their
We-
ears burst, with the exception of Arena and Valev. Derek, you feel
ghost or gas.
here it
Gull,
comes.
all of you feel this barometric pressure just suddenly collide with all of you as all your eardrums nearly burst, and the sound of a persistent rumble deep and far away as this displacement of pressure has brought the entire volcano down on itself. And you can feel the physical tremors escalating deeper and deeper into the roots of this mountain. And we will be back in 2 weeks to see if they're playing.
Well, I'm glad we're gassed, guys.
We booked it, right? We booked it. You know,
I don't know.
Gas. We can't do
No, but we're not
choice.
gas. We still have to grab the flower.
Yeah.
And then we
Yeah.
have to wait 60 seconds.
All right, folks, join us here in 2 weeks. It'll be the January 3rd, 2022. Hang out with us for a bit. We'll see if anybody's on. We'll go give them a raid. But hey, thanks for coming out. Check out our schedule. Join our Discord. Have some fun. Hang out for the raid. And be safe. Be kind.
Only someone.
And have a Merry Christmas.
Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And a happy.
And play a game. It's fun. I promise you. It's fun. It's fun. Let's go on a raid.
Woo! Woo! Raid.
Raid. Let's go on a raid.
I gotta go, guys. Y'all have a
Bye,
great
Apollo.
night.
Bye.
Bye, Apollo. Happy holidays.
Waiting for that timeout screen.
All right.
Oh,
Let's see if I can
we're all
remember
still
how to
learning.
do
We're
this.
rating. We're rating. Radio.
Well, I'm going to try. Lately, it's been
Radio.
very difficult, but we're going to give it a try.
Yeah.
We're using environmentals. Yes.
Environmental. Vorpal Tales is on. I see Vorpal Tales is on. Do you have
No, we're
Vorpal
going
Tales on yours?
after Talking XP because they've rated
Ooh,
us
I
so
like
many
Talking
times.
XP.
Talking
Yeah.
XP.
King XP.
Talking
Well, that's a raid.
XP.
I'm not a Twitcher, so I don't know.
Well, you'd have to be
Yeah.
a Twitcher.
I'm a Twitcher. Okay, no,
Well,
that's my
I
job.
do have an eye twitch, but that's only after I drink a little too much caffeine.
They
Oh.
literally just logged off.
Just logged off.
They literally said, bye,
Oh.
everybody.
Bye.
Oh, no. Did they really?
And they said, again?
Damn it. All of you log back on instantly right now. We need to raid you. All right. Well,
He's like, let's go
but
raid
that's-
somebody.
But that's really the curse of the West Coast. It's like
It really is.
it's really hard for us to share the love because
there's a lot of curses on
by the
West
time we're
Coast.
done at 10 o'clock at night, most people have already been on for 4 or 5 hours. So I totally get it. It's hard. It's not easy.
It's tomorrow's game on?
Tomorrow's game
Yeah.
on. It absolutely is.
Cool.
We go ahead and end that.